Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Thermopolis Bobcat Football. I'm Donnie Buras alongside Kevin Simpson. We are at Leroy Hayes Field on the campus of Hot Springs County High School. The Thermopolis Bobcats getting set to take on the number one ranked Lyman Eagles this afternoon. 2A West Conference football here in Thermopolis. Bobcats looking to stop a two-game losing streak, Kevin. The Cats have dropped two straight since picking up a win against Kemmer in week 3, but this is a tough team to try to end the losing streak against.
Yeah, you come out, lose 2 of your first 3 games, and welcome home and get to face the number one team in 2A football. So not the opponent you want to face to try to get off the schneid, but here we are, and the Bobcats host number one and reigning champs Lyman Eagles.
Lyman, the 2A state champions a year ago, perfect on the season this year. They're 5-0, so it's a winning streak that goes back into last season. I'm not exactly sure how many games in a row the Eagles have won. I'm sure we could find that out during one of our breaks, but perfect on the season so far this year and looking to continue their winning ways on the road here in Thermopolis this afternoon. And Thermopolis looking to get back on the winning side of things and get themselves back into the playoff picture here as we start to wind down here in the 2A conference football season. We're going to take a timeout, come back, and take a look at the matchup. It's the Gotchi Rehab pregame show. KDNO back after this timeout.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back to the Gotchi Rehab pregame show, leading up to kickoff here between Thermopolis and Lyman this afternoon. 2A West Conference football. Cats dropping their second straight a week ago over in Cokeville, 46-12 to number 3 Cokeville, and a game that was very similar, Kevin, to what we saw 2 weeks ago when the Bobcats hosted Lovell here. It was close in the second quarter, but then things just kind of came unraveled for the Bobcats from there on. That's how it was against Lovell a couple weeks ago. It was 14-12 in the second quarter last week over at Cokeville, if I remember correctly. The Bobcats never scored again in the ball game. Cokeville did scoring the rest of the way, and what was a close game midway through the second quarter started to get away from the Cats by halftime, although they were still in it, but then that third quarter, Cokeville pulls away.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those tendencies you don't like to see develop. You know, the Bobcats come out strong usually in the first half and put some points on the board, and then I don't know what changes at halftime. They come out, and I don't know if it's a change in the Bobcats or a change in the adjustments that the defense makes, but they come out and they just start putting points on the Bobcats, and that defense has not been what I know the coaching staff has wanted to see out there on the field, and some of it's also, it's conditioning. You wear down at the end of the game, or you face some of those teams that are more physical, and they start to wear you down. But yeah, definitely not a trend that the coaching staff and the Bobcat fans like to see as the Bobcats just struggle in the second half of football games here.
Well, maybe the answer is don't go to the locker room. Just keep the team on the field at halftime. Things don't get any easier today. We mentioned it in the open. Number one team in the state coming to town today in Lyman. This is a team that shut out the Bobcats a year ago over in the Bridger Valley. This is a football team. They do a lot of damage on the ground, but they can also beat you through the air. They're a solid football team in all aspects of the game. Discipline. They don't generally beat themselves, It's a big order today for the Bobcats.
Offensively, if you look at the numbers for Lyman, I mean, they're right there at the middle of team offense when you talk about terms of yardage, but you also have to look at in terms of the points that they get. I would call them efficient. They're not putting up huge numbers yardage-wise, but they're definitely capitalizing on the opportunities given to them. I'm probably going to also attribute that probably their defense giving them some short fields to work with as well. So an efficient football team is probably the way to describe the Lyman Eagles here.
Bobcats, again, looking to snap a 2-game losing streak, get themselves back into the playoff picture here. Top 4 teams in the conference for each side get into the state tournament or the state playoffs. Certainly a loss today isn't the end-all for the Bobcats, and it doesn't take you out of it because you could still run the table and I think make it into the playoffs. A lot has to happen with some other teams, but this isn't the Bobcats season here today in this ball game.
No, but every game that you put yourself behind, it's just gonna, like you said, you can run the table at the end of the season. That's a lot of pressure, especially you talk about the schedule the Bobcats have at the end of our season, playing 3 games in 7 days basically to finish because of COVID, rescheduling that game on a Tuesday here at the end of the year. That's a lot of pressure to put on a team, and there's not a whole lot of midweek adjustments you can make when you're throwing 3 games together in 7 days at the end of the season. So hopefully it's not a position the Bobcats have to be in where they have to run the table, but it's very feasible if they find themselves behind here today.
Looking forward to this one here this afternoon. Want to remind you, in addition to hearing us on 101.7 KDNO, you can also pick up the video of the game on WyoToday. If you go to YouTube and type in WyoToday, you can catch, as I think a stat sheet just flew by out of the Bobcat press box, but you can go to WyoToday on YouTube, pick up the video feed. Also, you can go to Facebook and go to the KDNO page and bring up the video there as well. So glad to be able to bring you the audio and the video of this one here this afternoon between the Bobcats and the Eagles. We'll take a quick break, come back, and Kevin had an interview with Coach Matt McPhee. We'll also have the prep report for the week. It's the Gotchi Rehab pregame show, KDNO, back after this timeout.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Kevin Simpson sitting down here with the head football coach of the Bobcats, Matt McPhee. Matt, thanks for taking time out of your week.
Absolutely.
Last week, the Bobcats played Cokeville. Last year, Cokeville came to Thermop, they spoiled our homecoming. We tried to return that favor this year. Bobcats, unsuccessful in doing so, fell to Cokeville 46-12. Briefly recap that game and give me kind of your takeaways from that game.
Well, I felt we came in. I thought we had a good game plan. I thought we broke down physically in a few spots. Had some untimely errors. Cokeville's a good team. Just quality football team. They don't beat themselves. They don't hurt themselves. And we did just that as we look back and as we sat and went through it last Friday afternoon. So, our kids have got us. We've really tried to pick them up. It's a tough stretch that we're in, but you give Cokeville credit. We need to make plays. We need to do a better job as coaches of putting our kids in a place to make successful plays. And, we've got another one coming up this Friday, so we don't have much time to feel sorry for ourselves, nor do we care and know for a fact that no one else cares as well.
Yeah, no rest for the weary as the Bobcats now play host to number 1 Lyman, last year's 2A champs. They lead 2A in points scored per game at over 38. A tall task for the Bobcats, who have been struggling defensively this year. What are your defensive keys to the game?
Well, they want to run the football. We've got to slow the run down. They're big. They're strong up front. It's going to pose a challenge for us. We've got a few wrinkles in this week, but ultimately we need to tackle better. We've had guys at the point, and it's not every single play. It's a play here and there, Kevin, where you go, boy, if that kid would have made that tackle, it puts him in a 2nd and 12 or a 2nd and 14 rather than 2nd and 6. And in this business we call that being ahead of the chains, and we've got to do a better job of making plays when they present themselves defensively. And I think as our kids get grow into their positions, we'll start to see more of that. But we need that this Friday.
Ashton Housekeeper, kind of a dual threat quarterback we're going to see. He's the number 1 scorer in 2A at 17.5 points a game. Is he someone that you've been keying on or been watching in film?
You can't help but see him on film. I mean, he's a heck of a football player on both sides of the ball. They kind of let him roam around on defense. He's a football player. He's got a nose for the ball. On offense, he's the quarterback. He looks like a lumberjack out there, for lack of a better term. I mean, he's just a big strapping kid. He runs behind a couple big guys in front of him, and he's very patient. I think that's one thing you'll notice. I think as the game progresses, Friday is. You're going to watch him never get in a hurry, very patient, and is a strong, powerful football player. And that's the bad news, and the worst news is that he's a junior.
Offensively, the Bobcats have kind of fallen into the bottom half at offensive points per game, but they're still in that top half, by my calculations, 3rd in yards per game. You've been able to move the ball. Kind of what's the key into turning those yards into points?
Finish drives, we've always said that, and I think last year's team was plagued with it a little bit as well. When you get down into the red zone, when you get down into the scoring zone, the other side is going to bow up a little bit. So you've got to match that. I mean, the field becomes condensed. Basically, the area of the fight becomes smaller, and there's nowhere to run. You've got to step up, and you've got to make blocks, you've got to make plays, and we've had some unforced turnovers in those areas, and we've had some untimely miscues, if you will, and we've got to clean that up, and that's the attempt going forward.
All right, enough business. Let's get into some fun stuff. We're going to do our rapid fire this week. Continuing our college mascot thing that we've been doing, I'm going to give you an obscure mascot. You have to tell me true or false if it's actually a mascot, a legitimate mascot, not necessarily a D1 school either. So there's the trick. Bonus points if you know the school as well.
Sounds good.
The banana slugs.
No way.
True. UC Santa Cruz. The Gooey Ducks.
I think I just say no on every single one of these. Gooey Ducks, no.
Yes, Evergreen State. The Shoehorns.
Okay, sure.
False.
Golly.
The Fighting Artichokes.
Yeah, they're from Tennessee, right?
No, they're from Scottsdale. But it is true. The Antelopes.
Yes.
Do you know the school?
I think that's Riverton Community College.
No, Grand Canyon University. The Fighting Pickles.
It's a high school in Colorado. It's got to be.
No, it's false. Oh, it's true, but it's North Carolina School of Arts.
Wow.
Foghorn Leghorns.
I thought that was a cartoon.
It is a cartoon, so it's false. The Chokers.
Wow. That's false.
It's true. Gray Harbor Community College in Washington. The Bush Pigs.
No way.
It's false. The Fisher Cats.
Fisher Cats. No, I don't think that's a mascot.
It is a mascot, but not of a college school. It is a minor league baseball team in New Hampshire. The Boll Weevils.
Boll Weevils. I've heard of them. I think they're back east.
It's true. Arkansas.
Yeah.
And the Dirtbags.
Oh, goodness. No, I don't think so.
It's true. Cal State, Long Beach. We're going to do 2 quick college picks. Red River Rivalry. Oklahoma, number 6, is 3-point favorites at number 21, Texas.
At Texas, they're 3-point favorites. I think go with the favorite. I think Oklahoma. I think Boomer Sooner.
I'm going to take Texas in the upset. And number 4, Penn State, 1.5-point underdogs at number 3, Iowa.
Well, it's been a long time since anybody in the Big Ten's done anything, so let's give Iowa a chance here. We'll go with the Hawk, the Kevin Simpson sitting down here.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Wyoming Prep Football Report for the week of October 4th. Wyoming High School football enters Week 6 this week, and teams begin to jockey for position to gain one of the top spots in their respective conference, looking to secure a position that will put them into the playoffs in a couple of weeks. Things will get started on Thursday in Class 1A 9-man football. Number 4 Wind River will be at St. Stephen's. On Friday, in Class 4A football, things will get going at 6 o'clock in the Capital City Bowl as Cheyenne Central will be at number 3 Cheyenne East. Cheyenne South will go on the road to take on number 1 Rock Springs. Number 4 Thunder Basin will be at Laramie. All of those games with a 6 o'clock kickoff. Campbell County will be at number 5 Natrona County. And Kelly Walsh will go on the road to take on number 2 Sheridan. Both of those games will start at 7. In Class 3A football, it'll be Green River at number 4 Powell. Number 2 Jackson will be at Evanston. Fremont County battle this weekend as the Riverton Wolverines go on the road to take on the Lander Tigers. And the game of the week in 3A football, number 3 Star Valley will be at number 1 Cody. All of those games will start at 6. Number 5 Douglas will be at Rollins. And Worland will go on the road to take on the Buffalo Bison. Both of those games will start at 7 p.m. In Class 2A football, Kemmerer and Cokeville will get things going at 1 o'clock from Cokeville High School. Mountain View will be at Big Piney. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff. At 4 o'clock, number 1 Lyman will be at Thermopolis. Kevin Simpson and I will have the call for you on 101.7 KDNO. At 6 o'clock Friday night, Burns will be at Upton Sundance. That game will be played at Sundance High School. Glen Rock will be at Bighorn. Number 3 Lovell will be at Pinedale. And Tongue River will be at number 5 Wheatland. All of those games will start at 6. One 2A game will start at 7 o'clock Friday night. That will be Newcastle at number 2 Torrington. In Class 1A 9-man football, Wyoming Indian will go on the road to take on number 2 Shoshone, 3 o'clock kickoff from Shoshone High School. Number 3 Lusk will be at number 5 Rocky Mountain. Moorcroft will be at Lingle Fort Laramie. Number 1 Pine Bluffs goes on the road to take on Wright. Saratoga will be at Southeast. All of those games at 6 o'clock, and one game will start at 7. That will be Grable at Riverside. One game Friday night in Class 1A 6-man football. That will see Guernsey Sunrise go on the road to KC. 4 games on Saturday, all in Class 1A 6-man football. It will be Midwest at Hewlett getting things going at 1 o'clock. Number 2 Encampment will be at Hannah Elk Mountain. Number 5 Farson Eden will go on the road to take on Dubois. Those games starting at 2 p.m. Also at 2 o'clock on Saturday, the game of the week in 6-man football, it will be number 3 Matitsi at number 1 Little Snake River. That's your Week 6 Prep Football Report. I'm Donnie Bioris for the Wind River Radio Network. Have a great weekend and enjoy the games.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stone-Fire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside or under the pergola. P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza, 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tess.
And welcome to Right Rehab.
Right Rehabilitation in Thermopolis will help you stay active, mobile, and healthy. No referrals are necessary. Right Rehab has specialists you won't find anywhere else. They're the only team to offer pelvic rehabilitation and have the only board-certified orthopedic specialist in the region. Their services range from injury prevention and management, post-operative care, women's health, dry needling, and more. They offer a Titleist certified golf program with help from a trainer and golf pro to make your golf game better than ever. Make the right choice with your friends and neighbors at Right Rehabilitation. Visit www.rightrehab.com or call 307-864-3877.
Welcome back to the Gotcha Rehab pregame show as we lead you up to here to kick off between the Bobcats and the number one Lyman Eagles this afternoon from Leroy Hayes Field. With our keys to the game, here's Kevin.
All right, the first key to the game I have is don't play scared. I know we're facing the number one team here tonight in Lyman, but the Bobcat team's got to come out there and not anticipate defeat, be out there ready to take some punches, roll with them, and give them back to the Lyman Eagles. Key number 2, I've got account for Ashton Housekeeper. He accounts for 103 yards a game through the air and 81 on the ground, so 184 yards he averages total offense for them. They've got to know where he's at all time, kind of a dual-threat quarterback. Also plays well on the other side of the ball. Key number 3, I've got clean it up mentally. They had some mistakes last week, penalties and some drop passes that could have continued drives, cost them some points that they could have put up on the board. So key number 3 is clean up your mental mistakes. And those are your Edward Jones keys to the game, brought to you by your local advisor, Travis Winger.
Don't go anywhere, Kevin. Thank you for those. We're going to go right now into the starting lineups this afternoon for the Cats.
All right, the biggest change on your Hot City Coffee and Sutherland's starting lineups today is we've got a freshman center today. A change on that one, number 77, Brody Sorensen. Other offensive linemen besides him this week, we've got sophomore number 51, Carson Williams. Sophomore number 71, Porter McCumber, also making a start today. Senior number 61, Jack Sorensen. And on the other side, we've got big number 55, senior Damian Gosnell. Your skills players tonight, wide receiver senior number 17, Jack Ream. Alongside of him, on the other side of the formation, you'll see number 33, wide receiver Eli McCumber. Then our halfback wide receiver combinations, we've got number 44, senior Adley Coyne. Number 12, senior Wyatt McDermott. And your running back tonight, again, is number 11, junior Rhodey Farrell. And alongside him, leading the charge as your quarterback, is number 10, junior Gavin Shumway. And those are your Hot City Coffee Dairyland starters.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin mentioned a couple cats that you're going to hear a lot this afternoon. Rhodey Farrell, Gavin Shumway, Adley Coyne, Eli McCumber, kind of the go-to people in that Bobcat offense. Really need to get Farrell going here this afternoon. Rhodey had a great game against Kemmerer to start the season there in week 3, and really, other than the touchdown he scored against Cokeville last week, teams have really done a pretty good job in containing Rhodey and not letting him turn things into a track meet out here for the Bobcats. A couple names you're going to hear a lot for the Eagles this afternoon. Ashton Housekeeper, quarterback for the Eagles, can do it on the ground with his legs, also through the air. He's scored 12 rushing touchdowns this season. He's also thrown for 5 touchdowns. And then another name you're going to hear a lot offensively for Lyman, Chevy Fackrell, 332 yards rushing and a couple of touchdowns for the Lyman Eagles. McCoy Smith, Alex Bradshaw, the 2 main receivers for the Eagles. We're set to go here from Leroy Hayes Field. The Cats will receive the kickoff to get things going, and we are underway here from Thermopolis High School. Short kick fielded at the 40 by Farrell, at the 20. Out to the 30 goes Rhodey, and that's where the Cats will have it 1st and 10. Opening seconds here of this ball game. 2A West Conference matchup. Lyman obviously sitting in first place in the conference with that perfect record on the season. Everybody's chasing them as they were a year ago. Cats will come out with 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, which would be the left side. Cats going from right to left here at Leroy Hayes Field. Shumway in the gun with Farrell off his left shoulder. McDermott comes in motion. Ball on the ground off the snap. It's loose, and who fell on it? The Cats recover it, but it's going to be a loss of about 6 yards on the play. I'm not sure that Gavin ever fielded that snap cleanly.
So I mentioned we have a new center tonight. He's had about 2 practices at his new position, so that exchange could be a little touchy here to start the game.
2nd and 16 for the Cats. They will empty the backfield. Farrell in motion, takes the handoff, jet sweep left side. Rhodey's got room. Rhodey out over the 30, makes one man miss, and then drags an Eagle out to the 35. So a gain of 10 on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd and a long 6 for the Cats. Three receivers to the right side for the Cats. McCumber will be the lone receiver on the short side of the field, and we've got movement up front. I think Lyman jumped off, tried to guess the snap count, and it'll now be 3rd and 1, as that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Eagles.
Good hard count by the Bobcats.
Stay in the gun. 2 receivers to either side. Farrell in the backfield with Shumway. 3rd and 1 for the Cats. Opening drive of the ball game. McDermott comes in motion. Quick toss outside to Farrell. Rhodey is not going to get there. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Got through one arm tackle in the backfield, but couldn't get away from Joseph Turner. He's listed at 6'1". If he's 6'1", then I'm about 6'4". That young man is about 6'3", in the middle of that defensive line, and he made the tackle. 4th and 1 for the Cats after no gain from Farrell on 3rd down. The Cats will go for it here from their own 40-yard line. McDermott again in motion. Handoff Farrell. Rhodey's not going to make it. He's hit in the backfield and dropped. 3 Eagles come crashing through the interior of that line. It's going to be a loss of a yard, and Lyman will take over on downs at the Bobcat 39.
There's that Lyman defense we alluded to in the opener, and talking about giving their offense a short field to work with, as they're going to get the ball on the 39-yard line.
10:01 to go here in the opening quarter. Lyman's first possession of the game will start at the Bobcat 39-yard line. After the turnover on downs, housekeeper from the gun. He will keep it himself up the middle. He's going to just push ahead with that offensive line for a gain of about 4. Nothing fancy there. He just took the snap and kind of went off left tackle. 2nd and 6 for the Eagles from the Cat 35-yard line. And Housekeeper will get probably 20 to 25 carries in this ball game from the quarterback position. It's just a part of their offense.
Yeah. Like I said, he's the one that everything runs through.
He will hand off to Fackrell this time, and Fackrell is going to lose a yard. Coming through on the backside is for the Cats is Porter McCumber to make the tackle. Came from his defensive end spot on the opposite side and brought Fackrell down from behind for a 1-yard loss.
Porter finally got that cast off of his arm. It's a lot easier to tackle somebody with 2 hands.
Makes you quicker coming around the edge, too, apparently.
Yeah.
3rd and 7 for the Eagles from the Cat 36-yard line. Lyman not immune to throwing the football. Housekeeper has a pretty good arm. He's a stout young man in the backfield there. He will go from the gun, 2 receivers to the left. He will keep it himself and is going to fall forward. He's going to be about a yard short. He picks up 5 on the play.
He's going to be a couple yards short here.
It's going to bring up 4th and 2. They're actually going to spot him at the 31-yard line. So Cats didn't pick it up on 4th down. Lyman's first opportunity on 4th down here. 4th and 2. Housekeeper will again keep it himself, and he's going to fall forward. He ran into his own man and slowed him up, but able to push ahead. Needed 2 yards. He's going to have to get 3 here, and that'll move the sticks for Lyman.
Good push by the Bobcats here. They're giving a little resistance here to the Lyman front.
Receiver to either side. Fackrell in the backfield with Housekeeper. Fackrell will get it this time off the left side. Now cuts it back into the middle and gets inside the Cat 25 to about the 24. Give him just shy of 5 yards. Pick up a 4. 2nd and 6 for Lyman. Ball at the Cat 24. No score. 7:20 to go first quarter on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. 2 receivers to the near side. Now man goes in motion. It'll be jet sweep to that motion man. He's got the first down and more as he gets inside the Cat 15. Down to about the 11 before finally being brought down there by Rhodey Farrell. That is Gage Nielsen on the carry from his wide receiver position. Second first down of the drive for Lyman, and they'll have it 1st and 10 from the Cat 11.
Time for the Bobcats to stiffen up here.
Housekeeper will stay in the gun. 2 receivers to the far side. Fackrell in the backfield. Direct snap to Fackrell. He will go off the right tackle and fall forward to about the 6. Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. And other than that jet sweep, it's not chunk yardage. It's just 4 or 5 yards every time for Lyman.
Yeah, other than that 14-yarder, nothing. That was their biggest run there with 5.
But if you pick up 5, you're working ahead of the sticks.
Yeah.
And they just kind of methodically move themselves down the field. 2nd and 5 for Lyman from the Cat 6-yard line. Housekeeper rolls to his right, looking in the end zone, and launches this one out the back of the end zone. Took a little shot afterwards from Rhodey Farrell, but didn't have a man open. I think that was more just throwing it away. There was a ton of traffic in the corner of the end zone there. And instead of risking a turnover, just threw it away incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, good heady play there. I mean, you don't see a lot of quarterbacks at the high school level that just ditch it out the back.
Thought he might try to keep it and just see what he could pick up with his legs, but again, a lot of purple shirts out there in front of him between the 10-yard line and the end zone. Fackrell in the backfield with Housekeeper. 2 receivers to the near side. This will be a handoff inside to the running back who takes it in from 6 yards out for the touchdown. That's McCoy Smith. He does most of his damage receiving the football, but this time with the 6-yard touchdown run. And Lyman goes 39 yards for the opening score of the ball game.
Touchdown run by 22, Gage Nelson.
Lyman will attempt the 2-point conversion here. 2 receivers to the left side. Fackrell and Housekeeper in the backfield. Snap back to Housekeeper. He'll keep it himself, and he'll take it in for the conversion. Sidestepped a couple Bobcats there. The extra point good. 5:56 to go in the first. Lyman strikes first. They lead 8-0 over the Cats. This is Bobcat Football KDNO back with the kickoff after this timeout.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit leads, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Did you know that 1 in 4 kids have a vision problem that affects their learning? Thermopolis Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Thermopolis community since 2009. They're the folks that you can trust when it comes to making sure your school-age kids have the tools they need to succeed. Thermopolis Eye Care, 420 Arapahoe Street, or call 307-864-2324. Thermopolis Eye Care.
Welcome back to Cap Football. 5:56 to go first quarter. Lyman leading 8-0 after the 39-yard touchdown drive. 6-yard touchdown run from McCoy Smith. Lyman kick is away. Coyne will field it at the 16-yard line. Adley out over the 25. Slowed up there, and we'll get to about the 27. That's where the Cats will start for the second time. First drive resulted in a turnover on downs. They'll spot this at the 28. That's where the Cats will set up for the second time. Bobcats with a rare huddle here coming out from the sideline.
That's what I was just going to comment on. That's not common.
2 receivers either side. Farrell in the backfield with Shumway. Coyne will come in motion right to left. Swing pass out to Adley, and Adley didn't expect that ball to come to him.
A little miscommunication there on the play call. I think they were trying to set up a screen for Adley, and Adley didn't realize it was for him.
Cats' first pass of the game goes incomplete, bring up 2nd and 10. Opening drive, the first snap of the game, hit the ground, and so the Cats were at 1st and 15. You see the difference in the two offenses when you're able to pick up 5-6 yards on first down as opposed to zero or negative. Shumway will roll out to the left, second down. That's through the hands of Jack Ream. Incomplete. Ream at about the 35 had it go right through his hands. It would have been a gain of about 7 if he'd have been tackled at that spot. Instead, 3rd and 10 for the Bobcats.
A lot of what we saw there to start the game last week had some early drops, and that would have been a big one.
Yeah, a number of drops in that first half of that game a week ago in Cokeville.
Yeah.
And guys that were open.
Yep.
Wasn't like it was a contested catch. 3rd and 10 for the Cats. McDermott in motion. Shumway rolls left, has a man, and that's going to be picked off. Trying to get it to Adley Coyne, and instead McCoy Smith from his safety position runs over and steps in front of Coyne and intercepts the football at the Bobcat 44-yard line, 45. So the first turnover of the game goes to the Eagles. And they'll be on the Cat side of the football, or excuse me, Cat side of the 50 to start this second drive. 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Lyman with the ball, 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 45-yard line. Housekeeper from the gun, 2 receivers to the near side. Handoff, Fackrell up the middle. He's got room to run. He's inside the Cat 35 to the 34. That's a gain of 11 on first down.
Fackrell, the ball carrier for the Eagles.
Not a huge offensive line for Lyman. We saw a bigger offensive line a couple weeks ago when Lovell came to town, but I would say a more athletic offensive line than what we saw from Lovell. Linemen that can get out and move. If they want to pull somebody or do something like that, they get some kids with some feet that can do those kinds of things.
Yeah, that whole line shifted to the right of their formation as Fackrell just kind of kept following them behind. And yeah, like you said, they can move a lot more as Lovell is more of a north-south push you forward kind of team. These guys are able to shift that line with the runner.
One of those linemen just had to come off the field with some sort of a leg injury. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Housekeeper will keep this one himself off the left tackle. Gets away from one Bobcat that had the back of his jersey. Gets down to the 26-yard line before being brought down there by Farrell and Chris Ahrens on the tackle. Gain of 8 on first down for Housekeeper. 2nd and 2 from the Bobcat 26. Clock runs with 4:05 to go in the first quarter. Lyman leading 8-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Housekeeper with the snap, hands off to Fackrell. A little misdirection. Fackrell's going to get the first down, but not much more. Pretty good job there by a couple Cats staying home. Eli McCumber and Wyatt McDermott on the tackle for the Bobcats. It is a Lyman first down at the Cat 23-yard line.
Bobcats better figure out a way to stop this run.
Well, and time of possession is hugely in favor of Lyman right now.
This first quarter is flying.
Quick stoppage as the Bobcats secondary needed to retie his shoe. Now we're ready to go. Receiver to either side for the Eagles. Fackrell and Housekeeper in the backfield. Snap to Housekeeper. He'll keep it himself. Runs into Chris Aaron, and Chris Ahrens brings him down for a 2-yard loss. Good
Nice
open
hit.
field tackle there from Ahrens.
Yeah, nice hit.
Loss of 2. Bring up 2nd and 12. Ball back to the Cat 25-yard line.
Lyman waiting on a play call to come in.
Clock at 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Lyman's done it all on the ground. 3 receivers will split out to the left side. Handoff Fackrell, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage before being brought down there by Austin Barrell on the tackle. So a 2-yard gain for Fackrell. We'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
Here's where you got to see what Lyman's going to pull out here. They've got Housekeepers. Like you said, it's got a good arm, but he's one of those, if he can't find anything, you got to make sure he doesn't tuck it and take off for 10 yards.
And Lyman is a team that, because they run so much, they can lull you in and then they run a little play action and bust somebody on the backside. Housekeeper is back to throw. He's got a man down the sideline, and that's picked off. The Cats with the interception going up the far sideline, out over the 35. Trying to see who that is.
It might be, is it Ream? I think it's Jack Ream. 17.
Jack Ream with the interception for the Bobcats. For a moment, it looked like Lyman had an easy 6. Receiver was free down the sideline, just what we had talked about, the play action, but Ream, from his safety position, able to run over, jump in front of the receiver, intercept the pass, and take it out to the 6-yard line. 37 is where the Cats will have it. 1st and 10. Turnovers even at one apiece. Direct snap to Farrell. Rohde up the middle. Rohde out over the 40-yard line to the 44. That'll be a gain of about 7 for Rohde. His best run of the first quarter. 1:40 to go in the first period.
Bobcats look to the sideline for the play call.
Kind of the little jolt your team needed right there, getting that turnover.
You've got to feed off that energy right now, too, I think.
3 receivers to the near side. Shumway from the gun. Low snap. It's on the ground. He just falls on it. All the way back to the 37-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage. So that's a 7-yard loss. Bring up 3rd and 10 for the Cats. That time, and Gavin's got his back to it, so he doesn't know where everybody's at. He actually had time if he wanted to pick that one up, but he's tried that earlier this year and didn't get it cleanly and lost the football. Coyne will come in motion. Shumway back to throw, setting up the screen. It's to Coyne. Adley out over the 40-yard line to the 41. Cats went for it on 4th down earlier in this quarter. I think this time they may play field position and kick it away.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Wyatt McDermott will go back to punt the football for the Cats, and McCoy Smith will go deep for Lyman. Line of scrimmage is the 41-yard line.
They might melt this down. There we go.
Snap back to McDermott. Wyatt will put the foot to it. Big kick from Wyatt. Fair catch called for and made at the 14-yard line by Smith. Good punt there from Wyatt.
Wow.
Lyman will have it 1st and 10 from their 14. 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. Just trying to do some quick math here. It's a 45-yard punt there from McDermott. 1st and 10 Lyman. They'll put 2 receivers to either side. Fackrell in the backfield with Housekeeper. First time Lyman has started on their side of midfield. Hand off to Fackrell up the middle. He's going to have a short gain out over the 15. Maybe a ball's length over the 15-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the carry to be generous, and that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Lyman with the only score of the ball game. They lead 8-0 at the end of 1. This is Cat Football KDNO. Back after this timeout.
Dairyland and Hot City Coffee. It's your destination for your coffee fix or the perfect spot for lunch. The place you know for afternoon fun is also where you can try their full menu of burgers, specialty lattes, and blended drinks. Don't forget to try the ice cream varieties and sweet treats too. Open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sundays. Find them at 510 Park Street. Dairyland and Hot City Coffee, your hole-in-one choice for Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Second and call it 8 as we start the second quarter for Lyman. Handoff, jet sweep right side, and that's going to go for minimal gain. That is Cody Richardson on the carry for the Eagles. He'll pick up a yard. Rhodey Farrell on the tackle for the Bobcats there. Brings up 3rd and about 7 for Lyman. Just underway, second quarter. Lyman leading 8-0.
Good contain on that outside edge by the Bobcats. Really just kind of waited on that jet sweep to come around and made an open field tackle by Rhodey.
big third down here because if you're able to hold here, you have a chance to get decent field position. If you force an Eagle punt. 3 receivers to the left side of the formation for Lyman. Whistles stop this, and somebody wasn't lined up to where Coach Dale Anderson wanted him. So Lyman will take the timeout. We'll take it as well. 11:08 to go in the second. This is Cat Football KDNO back after the timeout.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Lyman using their first timeout here. Dale Anderson didn't like something that he saw there. Dale Anderson's won a couple state championships in Lyman. Brother of former Bobcat head coach Rob Anderson. 3rd and 7 for Lyman. Back to throw his housekeeper across the middle. He's got a man. That's caught by McCoy Smith, and that's a first down. He's out over the 35-yard line to the 38. Tackle for the Cats by Zane Stam. Good catch there going up in the air by Smith. Moves the sticks. 3rd and 7 converted for the Eagles. Stam in good position. Housekeeper with a high throw across the middle, but Smith with good hands went up and got it. 3 receivers to the near side. Housekeeper back to throw again, looking down the near sideline, and Jack Ream there to tip that one away, trying to get it to Smith again down the sideline. Jack Ream in good position there, able to tip that one away. I think Jack had thoughts of a second straight pick. 2nd and 10 for Lyman from their own 38-yard line. Clock stopped, 10:42 to go in the second. Lyman leading 8-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. They scored on their first possession. Bobcats held them on their, Bobcats got a turnover on Lyman's second possession. Housekeeper back to throw, rolling right this time. Short pass, and that goes through the receiver's hands, incomplete. It's a high toss, but probably still should have been caught. Incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 10 for Lyman.
Lyman changing up a little bit here, going pass heavy.
And they do throw that their fair share. Housekeepers coming into this game was 26 of 43 for 518 yards. 5 touchdown passes. He also now has 5 picks in the game after that interception by Ream in the first quarter. 3rd and 10 Lyman from their 38. 3 receivers to the near side again. Housekeeper back to throw, looking left. Pocket collapses, and the Cats are going to bring him down for a sack.
All right.
Big sack by the Cats. Eli McCumber getting in there for the Bobcats along with Austin Barrell. It's going to be a 2-yard loss, bring up 4th and 12 for the Eagles. And Lyman will set up to punt the football away. McCoy Smith will stand at his 25. And deep for the Cats. Not sure if that's Wyatt or Gavin back there. Line drive kick that Gavin lets hit. It takes a big Lyman bounce, and did it get downed? No, touchback. The Lyman player couldn't control it before it went into the end zone. Took a big Lyman bounce. And it'll go as a touchback, and the Cats will take over at their 20. 9:55 to go, and other than the opening drive, Kevin, the Bobcat defense has done what they've needed to do. Now it's time for the offense to find a little rhythm here.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things McPhee and I were talking candidly a little bit about. He goes, you see these scores pop up on the scoreboards like Wyo Prep, and there's these 18-16 games. He goes, I'd sure like to be in one of those sometime. So it's headed that direction.
8-0 right now in favor of the Eagles. Cats 1st and 10 from their 20. 3 receivers to the near side. Snap back, handoff. Nope, Gavin will keep it himself. Fake the handoff to Rhodey. Gavin's going to pick up about 4 yards on first down. And that's better than the last 2 drives started with negative yards and no gains. So already positives for the Cats here on their 3rd possession. It's 2nd and 6 from their 24. McDermott and Ream split to the near side. Coyne and McCumber split to the left. Now Coyne will come in motion, direct snap to Farrell. Rhodey up the middle to the 25 and then gets stood up. Push backwards. They'll give him progress just over the 25-yard line. Bring up 3rd and a long 4 for the Cats. Really like to pick up a first down here and get a little momentum going. McDermott and McCumber split near side. Trips to the left, empty backfield for the Cats. Shumway looking right, throws, that's caught by McCumber. Eli's got the first down out over the 30-yard line. They'll give him the 33. And the Bobcats with a much-needed first down there.
Good play there. Eli on the outside of the formation and takes about 8 yards hard, plants his foot, turns around and receives the football.
And it's a quick, safe play there. And Gavin with a good throw.
Your inside receiver is running a deep route, so pulled your DB out.
And we got a timeout. They're taking a couple links out of the chain on the far side to shorten up the first down yardage for the Cats. When it's a home game, you take links out when you've got the ball, and then you add links when the other team has it.
Exactly.
What you get to do when your chain crew's running it.
Yeah. Is that Ethan Brooks over there I see run the chain tonight? No,
Ethan's
maybe not.
over there. Travis McDermott might be over there too. I know Amy Kay's over there. She's the boss.
Yeah, she's the boss lady. She doesn't have to hold any sticks. She just tells them what to do.
She's the foreman of the chain crew. Whatever the problem was, they got it fixed. Cats huddle up here. Clock needs to start back up, but they won't start it. 1st and 10 Cats from their 33-yard line. Shumway will bring Coyne in motion. Snap back. Swing pass outside to Farrell. Rhodey makes one man miss. Rhodey out over the 35. Lowers his shoulder and runs over an Eagle at the 40 before going out of bounds.
He's going to get about 8.
Gain of 8 there on first down for the Cats.
Yeah, they run everybody here to the right side, near side of the formation, and then they just basically make it a one-man game on the outside with Rhodey. And Rhodey turned on some burners, made a guy miss, like you said, lowered his shoulder and made somebody pay.
Well, an Eagle defender took a chance and dove at his feet, and once he was able to get around or past him, he was able to turn the corner. Snap back, direct snap to Rhodey. This time, man chasing him down from behind. Rhodey gets out over the 45-yard line to midfield before going out of bounds. That's a Cat first down. Farrell going out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Lyman. And on that last play, the Bobcats cross midfield, and AARP Wyoming wants to remind you good things happen after 50. To see what is going on for folks over 50 in Wyoming, check out AARP Wyoming's Facebook page. 1st and 10 Cats from the Lyman 48. Best drive the Cats have had so far in this first half. Picking up a couple first downs, starting to get a little rhythm to their offense. Trips to the left. McDermott comes in motion. Snap back to Farrell again on the direct snap. Rhodey just lowers his shoulder, pushes ahead for 2 yards before being pushed back toward midfield. Forward progress of 2 to the 46.
Two on the play, brought down by the interior of the Eagle defense.
Players switch sides of the field. Ream, McDermott, and Coyne now split out to the right.
5 wide.
McCumber and Farrell split out to the left. Empty backfield for Shumway. Clock runs, 7:35 to go in the first half. 8-0 Lyman. Farrell now in motion. Jet sweep right side to Rhodey. He's got blockers out in front. Lowers his shoulder as he gets inside the 45. Pick up about 2 more there on that play, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Bobcats. Ball at the Lyman 44-yard line. And again, the receivers switch sides of the field. Now Farrell and McCumber will come to the near side, and the trips go to the left. Empty backfield again. Snap back to Shumway. Looking downfield. Throws. That's caught by Coyne. Coyne turns back into the middle of the field. Gets away from one man and then brought down at the 37. That's going to be enough for a first down for the Cats. Move the sticks. Shumway starting to heat up here on this drive. First and 10 Cats from the Lyman 37. Farrell will go in the backfield this time with Shumway. This will be a direct snap to Rhodey. Up the middle with it, and there's going to be no gain on that play. Starting to see more and more direct snaps to Farrell. Lyman starting to pick up on that as well, and held Rhodey to no gain there. 2nd and 10 Cats. 2 receivers to either side. Farrell will stay in the backfield with Shumway as the play comes in from the sideline. Clock running at 5:55 to go in the first half. Shumway from the gun. Snap back. Back to throw. Pressure comes as he lets it go, and that one's going to sail out of bounds. Gavin took a pretty good shot there. 3 Eagles in the backfield. And trying to get it to McCumber down the near sideline, but that pass about 5 yards into the sideline.
Gavin, like you said, took a big shot.
Incomplete pass stops the clock. 5:37 to go in the first half. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Bobcats. Ball spotted near side hash. The Cats will put 4 receivers to the near side, to the short side. Farrell out by himself, split wide left. A little bit of a different look this time from the Cats. Haven't seen this before. Now they'll bring Coyne in motion from right to left. Shumway back to throw. Quick pass. That's tipped but caught by Farrell. Rhodey needs to make a man miss. Does, but then gets tripped up at the 30-yard line, just outside the 30. But it's going to bring up 4th and a manageable number here for the Cats as he picks up 6, almost 7 on that play, and bring up 4th and a long 3. Ball at the Lyman 31-yard line. Cats will go for it. Again, 4 receivers to the near side. Farrell by himself, split out to the left. Near side being the wide side now. Bring Farrell in motion to that right side. They're just going to overload the right. Farrell's got the first down as Rhodey goes inside the 25, down to about the 23, and that'll be a Cat first down. They convert on 4th down again. That was a numbers game there. Put more black shirts than there are white. First down Cats at the Lyman 23. Clock runs with 4:35 to go. Time of possession starts to even out when you've got the ball for most of the second quarter.
Right.
2 receivers to either side. Farrell in the backfield with Shumway. Gavin sends McDermott in motion. Snap was low. Ball's loose on the ground. It's picked up by the Eagles. And bringing it out across midfield is Morgan Hatch for Lyman. The turnover to the Lyman Eagles. Low snap. Gavin went down and got it and then had the ball stripped away as he started to try to make something out of a busted play, and Lyman defender able to scoop it up and bring it into Bobcat territory at the 47-yard line of the Cats. A real promising drive comes to an end with the second turnover of the game for the Bobcats.
That's a killer.
Housekeeper quickly from the gun will keep it himself, go right up the middle, kind of a delayed little quarterback draw move, and he's going to pick up about 14 on first down to the Bobcat 31. Quick first down there for Lyman. Clock runs with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Lyman will get the ball to start the third as well, just to put a little more salt in the wound on that turnover. Two receivers to the near side for Lyman. Housekeeper will hand off to Fackrell. Fackrell nowhere to go. Eli McCumber right there to bring him down for a 1-yard gain. Yards have been tough for Fackrell here in the first half. Give him a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 for Lyman. 3:25 to go in the first half. Lyman leading 8-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard.
Eli's showing you why he's one of the better defenders out there in 2A football right now.
Yeah, from that linebacker spot, he's an all-state player for sure. Two receivers to the near side. Snapback Housekeeper will keep it off right tackle. He's got room to run. He's got the first down. He's looking to score to the 5 and in for the touchdown. 31-yard touchdown run from, 30-yard touchdown run from Ashton Housekeeper, his 13th rushing touchdown of the year. And just like that, it's 14-0 Lyman. Bobcats had it 1st and 10 at the Lyman 23, and about a minute and a half later, it's 14-0. Eagles will go for the 2-point conversion again. Housekeeper will give it to Smith, and Smith did not make it, I don't believe. He's going to be stopped short, so the 2-point conversion is no good. 3:03 to go in the first half. Lyman Eagles now leading Thermopolis 14-0. This is Cat Football KDNO, back with the kickoff after this timeout.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
First Bobcat turnover in the first quarter didn't come back to bite him, but the second one does as Lyman goes 47 yards for the touchdown drive. Housekeeper taking it in from 30 yards out. And the Lyman kickoff will go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. 2 turnovers by the Bobcats, and Lyman able to turn one of those turnovers into points. 3:03 to go in the first half. Plenty of time for the Bobcats, and they have their timeouts available to them. Last drive, Cats are able to move it down the field.
And I hate to say it, but I think this is almost a must-score drive for the Bobcats because Lyman's going to get the ball back, start the second half, and you can't go down 3 scores to start the second half. So they've got to come out here and put one on.
2 receivers to either side. Farrell in the backfield with Shumway. Gavin will bring Coyne in motion left to right. Takes a snap, rolls to the right, looking down the field, has Coyne. That's caught out over the 35 to the 39. That's a gain of 19 on first down. Gets out of bounds to stop the clock as well. 1st and 10 Cats.
Him and Adley making a little connection here. He's got 3 of his 4 completions.
You know,
3 of his 5.
You start to see the growth of Gavin there. He threw that ball before Coyne came out of his break. And a lot of high school quarterbacks wait until somebody's turned and facing him before they throw it. First down handoff to Farrell. Rhodey out over the 40 to the 42-yard line before being slowed up. 2nd and call it 7. Gain of 3 for Farrell. Clock runs with 2:35 to go in the first half. 2 receivers to either side for the Cats. Farrell stays in the gun. Farrell in the backfield. Shumway in the gun. Snap back. Low snap again. Shumway. Busted play, trying to make something out of it. Now throws it down the field to Ream. That would be incomplete. And that was more, let's get rid of the football than take the sack. And a couple Lyman players slow to get up. I think they ran into each other trying to put the smash on Gavin.
One of them being Fackrell, their running back.
Put the smash on each other.
Yeah.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 2:17 to go first half. 3rd and 7 for the Cats. Ream and McDermott split out to the near side. McCumber Coyne split out to the left. Farrell off the left shoulder of Shumway. Snap back. Gavin throws across the middle. That's almost picked and then almost caught off the deflection by McCumber, but goes incomplete.
See what the Bobcats do here.
4th and 7 from their own 43-yard line. It will be interesting to see.
Bringing the punt team, it looks like.
They will play field position here. Still 2:13. There is a lot of time to go in the half. And I'm on the same page with the Bobcats sideline on this one. Play field position. McDermott back to punt it. Puts the foot to it. Kind of a knuckleball punt that hits, takes a Bobcat bounce inside the 20 to the 19. And that's where the Cats down it, and that's where Lyman will take over with 2:02 to go in the first half. And it's not like Lyman doesn't know how to run a 2-minute drill. They've got a quarterback that can sling it a little bit back there. He's got a strong arm. Lyman leading 14-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard late in the first half, 2:02 to go. And the Bobcat defense really needs a stop right here.
Yeah, kind of like I alluded to in the pregame, Lyman pretty efficient here. I've only got him running 24 plays already and 2 scores on the board. So
2 receivers split out to the near side. Fackrell in the backfield with Housekeeper. Smith comes in motion. Snap back. Housekeeper will keep it himself up the middle. Out over the 25. Stiff arms a man into the sideline and out to all the way out to the 38-yard line. First down run for Fackrell. Clock stops to set the chains and it'll start back up. 1:50 to go in the first half. Eagles just now getting to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers again to the near side. And again, Smith comes in motion right to left. Fackrell will get it this time, and he'll get to the 40-yard line and brought down there. So just a gain of 2 for Fackrell. Clock runs. Bobcat defenders not in a hurry to get up off of Fackrell. Coach Anderson wants him to hustle up. Lyman's huddling. 1:15 to go. Housekeeper from the gun. 2 receivers near side. Snap back. Housekeeper's going to keep it himself. Up the middle he goes into Bobcat territory. He's going to have a first down as he gets to the Cat 46. Clock stopped with 1:06 to go. Now they start it back up as the chains get set and whistles. Lyman will, I believe Lyman's going to take the timeout. I'm waiting to see. Yes, Lyman will use their second timeout. 61 seconds to go in the first half. We'll keep it here as Lyman with 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 46. You know, 2 minutes to go, we thought Housekeeper might start throwing it. It's been 3 straight runs, Housekeeper with 2 of them, and he's been able to pick up a couple first downs.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we thought they'd maybe go into 2-minute mode, but apparently the 2-minute mode includes just Housekeeper trucking some people and breaking off 14 yards a carry. And his last couple runs have gone for 17 and 14, so I mean that's just as good as throwing it for 14 or 17.
You know, it's weird to watch this Lyman offense because you would think the bigger yards on the ground would come from a back like Fackrell.
Mm-hmm.
Fackrell's yards are almost what you would expect from the quarterback keeping the ball. He's been short yardage. It's the big chunk yard plays from the running game have come from Housekeeper.
Yeah, Housekeeper's out there putting his shoulder down and running through some people.
From the gun, Housekeeper again will keep it himself off right tackle. This time the Cats much better job defending it. He'll just pick up a couple, maybe 3 yards. Clock runs with 50 seconds to go in the half. The Eagles this time come right to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 7 from the Cat 44. 2 receivers split out to the near side. McCoy Smith in motion. Snap back, Housekeeper looking left to throw. Floats one, trying to get it to Smith. He dives, and they're going to say a catch. He laid out for it, and they're going to call the catch good at the Bobcat 20. Pass was a little underthrown. Smith had to slow up and then kick it into another gear to dive out and lay out for it, and he makes the catch. 1st and 10, Lyman. Smith, pass picked off, intercepted. That's Zane Stam with the interception for the Bobcats, picking off Housekeeper, looking across the middle, and boy, that's really the first maybe bad pass that he's thrown this half. There was a ton of traffic there. A lot of purple shirts, and Zane Stam with the big interception for that Bobcat defense, getting the stop when they needed one.
That's a big break for the Bobcat, stopping that score before the half. It's like I alluded to, Lyman's getting the ball back at the start of the second half.
Cats are just going to take a knee on this one. 12 seconds to go in the half. Bobcats aren't going to take a chance here. They'll be happy to go in being down 14-0 to the Eagles. Make some adjustments here at halftime and see what you're able to come out and do. As Shumway did take the snap and took a knee, and time runs out. In the first half, Lyman leads at the break 14-0 over the Bobcats. We've got Hot Springs Health halftime show coming up. This is Cat Football KDNO, back after these timeouts.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stonefire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside or under the pergola. P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza, 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
Welcome to the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show as Bobcats trailing Lyman here at the break 14-0. And I think in a lot of instances, Kevin, you'd say, man, you're down 2 scores at the half, and oh boy, we're really in trouble here in the second half. But the Cats played a pretty good first half of football. Lyman, both touchdown drives, they started in Bobcat territory. One was following a turnover. Bobcat defense able to get a couple turnovers. Turnovers are even 2 apiece through that first half. All things considered, Bobcats aren't in a bad position being down 14-0 at the break.
Yeah, I mean, the Bobcat defense has made some good plays here coming out, capitalizing off those mistakes that Housekeepers had actually through the air. I think you said he had 4 or 5 interceptions going into today, and Bobcats he had 4, so Bobcats have picked him off twice already. Bobcat defense gave up a couple chunk plays here or there, that big run by Housekeeper, so a couple breakdowns on them defensively, but overall a better defensive effort than we've kind of seen than the last couple games, especially when we talk about running the football. Like I said, Housekeepers, as you can tell, is the focal point of their offense, so definitely what they're going to run everything through. So good job by the Bobcat defense. Offensively, they're doing, they're spreading it around a little bit, and Gavin's looking all right out there. If we can get the ball back to him, he's doing a good job of distributing it.
Yeah, a couple. The Bobcat offense started a little bit slow. It took them a couple possessions to finally get into a rhythm. Started picking up some first downs. Their best drive of the game, they got down to the Lyman 23, had it 1st and 10. One of those 2 turnovers that the Cats had occurred there and stopped all that momentum. So the Cats, as the half went on, started to be able to pick up yards and move the football on Lyman. Goes a little bit to what Coach McPhee told you in the pregame interview. Got to start figuring out ways to finish off these drives, especially against good teams like this.
Yeah, I mean, teams like Lyman that you see, they're not going to give you many opportunities, but when they do give you the opportunity, you better capitalize on it. Like you said, McPhee's just got to find a way for the boys to get into the end zone and make the most out of those opportunities.
We'll take a quick break, come back. Kevin will get you the numbers from the first half of this one. It's Lyman 14, Thermopolis 0 at the break. Back after this timeout.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Welcome back to the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. Cats trailing Lyman here at the half 14-0. And with the first half numbers, here's Kevin.
All right, we said you're going to hear Ashton Housekeeper's name, and it's lived up to the bill. He has rushed the ball 11 times tonight for the Lyman Eagles, 92 yards and a touchdown for him. A little less success for him through the air tonight, though. So far, 2 completions on 7 attempts for 46 yards and 2 interceptions. Fackrell, their other ball carrier, mainly tonight with 9 attempts, 30 yards, no touchdowns for him. We've got Nick Smith. He's contributing on both the ground and the air. He has 1 run for 6 yards and a touchdown, but he's also got 2 passes for 46 yards, including that big one at the end of the first half. Nelson with 1 carry for 14 yards, and Richardson for 1 carry and 1 yard. Offensive totals for the Lyman Eagles: 143 yards on the ground, 46 through the air, equating to 189 yards of total offense for the Lyman Eagles. Now let's move over to your hometown Thermopolis Bobcats. Gavin Shumway tonight, rushing stats skewed obviously by some bad snaps. 5 rushes, negative 20 yards on those with a fumble in there. But through the air, Gavin tonight doing pretty well. 5 of 11 for 46 yards. Has thrown 1 pick in there. Rody Farrell, 12 rushes, 54 yards, 1 catch for 7. Eli McCumber out there, 1 catch for 8 yards. And then we talk about the favorite target tonight so far has been Adley Coyne, 3 catches for 31 yards. Offensive totals for the Bobcats: 34 yards on the ground, 46 yards through the air, for a total of 80 yards of total offense for the Bobcats. No points for them so far. Those are your Thermopolis Eye Care look at the stats.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll take a quick break, come back, get you caught up on what's going on in Bobcat Country this weekend, and Kevin will have his keys to the second half. It's the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. Back after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tess.
And welcome to Right Rehab.
Right Rehabilitation in Thermopolis will help you stay active, mobile, and healthy. No referrals are necessary. Right Rehab has specialists you won't find anywhere else. They're the only team to offer pelvic rehabilitation and have the only board-certified orthopedic specialist in the region. Their services range from injury prevention and management, post-operative care, women's health, dry needling, and more. They offer a Titleist-certified golf program with help from a trainer and golf pro to make your golf game better than ever. Make the right choice with your friends and neighbors at Right Rehabilitation. Visit www.rightrehab.com or call 307-864-3877.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit leads, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Welcome back to the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. Cats trailing Lyman 14-0 at the break. Lady Cat volleyball team in action this weekend as well. They will take on Burns tomorrow. That will be tomorrow afternoon. It won't be in Burns. The 2 teams are going to meet about halfway and play in Douglas tomorrow. Lady Cats back at it next Thursday, October 14th. They will travel up to take on Burlington. And then the Lady Cats back home next Friday night, a week from tonight, to take on Newcastle in a conference volleyball match. It will be senior night for the Lady Cat volleyball team, and that is scheduled for a 5 o'clock start next Friday night. So your last opportunity to see the Lady Cats in action at Bobcat Gym will be next Friday. Lady Cats just came off of hosting the Bobcat Invite a week ago, and a successful weekend for the Lady Cat volleyball team there in their own tournament. Cross country is up in Powell today, taking part in a cross country meet up there. They will be back at it next weekend as the cross country season starts to wind down. They will travel to Ethity next Saturday, October 16th, for their conference meet, and then the week after will be the state cross country meet. So things starting to wind down for the cross country team. For Bobcat football, they will be back at it next Friday. Kevin and I will go on the road with the Cats to the Bridger Valley as the Bobcats take on Mountain View next Friday afternoon. 3 o'clock kickoff from Mountain View High School. We'll be on the air at about 2:30 with the Gotchi Rehab pregame show. It's not the same Mountain View team that that the Cats have seen for the last half dozen years or so. Mountain View going through a rebuilding process right now. They've struggled a little bit this year, and so a very gettable game next weekend for the Bobcats as they start this is game 3 of kind of the gauntlet of their schedule, but then there's the gauntlet part 2 starting next Friday. The Cats will play 3 games in 7 days because of the makeup with Big Piney. So 3 games starting next Friday in a 7-day period. Certainly the quality of opponents aren't going to be the same, but the fact that it's 3 games in 7 days presents its own challenges.
Yeah, it's something pretty much unheard of when you talk about 2A football anymore. Going out there and playing 3 games in 7 days. And like I said, it's really hard on the coaching staff probably to talk about game planning because you only have so many days, and especially with the one coming on a Friday, you really only have 1 practice before you get on a bus and you go play Big Piney. I mean, you get 1 practice to prepare for that team, and that's going to be really tough to do for a team like that. So it's going to be a challenge for the coaching staff, and it's going to be a big challenge for the players to come through at the end of this season, especially when some of these games are most likely every one of these games is they're going to have.
Yeah, when you start looking at the standings and who's in front of you right now in the standings and what it's probably going to take to make the playoffs, I would say right now, unless something really goofy starts to happen, you've got to win. Regardless of what happens tonight, you've got to win those 3 games in that 7-day period to. If nothing else, give yourself a chance to be in the playoff. But I almost think you're in if you win those last 3 games, just looking at what's ahead of you. You've already got the tiebreaker with Kemmer, who's one of the teams that is in front of you right now. So if you're able to win out, you leapfrog them in the tiebreaker if it came down to the 2 of you. So, again, Mountain View's not the Mountain View team that we've seen in the past. I would say of those 3, Big Piney's going to be the test of those 3.
Yeah, Big Piney, good football team, like you said. Mountain View kind of on a down year. They went final. They lost 27-7 to Big Piney. So Big Piney scores 21 in that second half to beat Mountain View. So they're a tough opponent. And Kemmer, like you said, we have the tiebreaker against Kemmer. They fall to Cokeville 30-0 today already. So McPhee will tell you the same thing. You don't leave anything up to the other team. You go out there and you worry about you. You do what you got to do, and the Bobcats just got to come out and win football games. That's plain and simple.
And, this isn't to take anything away from Mountain View. I'm not trying to say that they're one of the weak sisters of those 3 games that the Cats will have remaining. Because it is still a 4.5-hour bus ride to get to that game, and it's still Mountain View. There's still that mystique. Mountain View's a team that the Bobcats have struggled against. You've got to get over the hump and win those kinds of games to prove to everybody, including yourself, that you can do it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those teams that Coach McPhee wakes up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat and thinks about going down to Mountain View every year or every other year, going down there and then seeing them up here. So.
Well, he's not the only one. I mean, I had a son playing for Rob Anderson here, and for a couple years in a row, that's where our season went to die, was going down and playing Mountain View in the playoffs, once in the semis and once in the quarters. And so it's Mountain View's caused people a lot of fits over the years. I'm certainly not shedding any tears that they're struggling this year and going through some rebuilding, but it'll be interesting next week for sure. Bobcats will kick off here to start the 3rd quarter. Lyman leading 14-0 as we get ready to start the 3rd. Lyman undefeated and ranked number 1 in Class 2A football. The Cats are giving them everything they want here, at least through the first 2 quarters. McCumber puts the toe to it, short kick that hits at the 30. It's bouncing around, picked up, and stepping out of bounds with it at the 26-yard line is the not the deep back for Lyman, but one of the up men fielded that short kick and then just took 1 step out of bounds. Lyman will have it 1st and 10th or 26. Sorry, Kevin.
As we change possessions here, I'm going to hit my second half keys of the game. Number 1, I've got capitalize on the turnovers. When a good team like Lyman gives you that football, you need to take advantage. I'll get the next one after this call, Donnie.
First and 10, Lyman from their 26. Housekeeper from the gun puts Smith in motion right to left. Housekeeper will keep it himself. Up the middle he goes. He'll pick up 4 on first down.
Next key I've got, stop this first drive that Lyman's got coming at us. You can't go down 3 scores right off the bat to the number 1 team in 2A football. And the third key to the game, or second half, I've got conditioning. We're going to see what kind of shape the Bobcats are in against a team like Lyman. Don't wear it down, especially on the defense. And those are your Travis Winger and Edward Jones keys to the second half.
Stoppage here before the second down play. Adley Coyne slow to come off the sideline. He needs to be tended to on the side. And now we start back up. Second down. Handoff to Lyman ball carrier. I believe that was Nielsen again on that jet sweep. It was. Picks up a couple there on that play. Just his second carry of the game. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 for Lyman. Ball at the Lyman 33. Need to get out to the 37. 2 receivers to the far side. Fackrell in the backfield with Housekeeper. I wouldn't be surprised if you see number 10 keep this one. Nielsen in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Housekeeper will keep it, but he's not going to get it. He stood up and dropped for a loss. Cat's doing a nice job there reading that one. And Housekeeper's going to lose a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 4.
Great job by the defense. This is that stop that you needed right out of the gates here in the second half.
Jarek Sorensen in on that tackle along with Barrel and McCumber. It will force Lyman to punt the football away. Smith back, low snap. Smith gets it and does a good job getting the punt away. Cats need to just clear out. It takes a bad bounce. Bad for the Lyman Eagles. Good for the Cats. Back to the 44-yard line. That's where the Cats will have it. 1st and 10 at their own 44. So nice job there by the defense to force the 3 and out.
Bobcats cash in on one of those keys in the second half. Now let's see if their offense can turn this around. Like I said, take advantage of these turnovers or stoppages that Lyman gives you.
Good field position for the Cats here to open the third quarter. Their first possession. Shumway from the gun. 3 receivers to the near side. Direct snap to Farrell. Rohde puts a foot in the ground, cuts up. He's in the across midfield. Rohde's getting loose. He's inside the Lyman 30, inside the 20, and brought out of bounds at the 18-yard line of Lyman. Big run there for the Bobcats on first down, and Farrell's best run of the game. On that last play, the Bobcats cross midfield, and AARP Wyoming wants to remind you good things happen after 50. To see what's going on for folks over 50 in Wyoming, check out AARP Wyoming's Facebook page. 1st and 10 Cats from the Lyman 18. This is as deep as they've been in the Lyman territory all ball game. Snap back to Shumway, back to throw. Rifles one behind McCumber. Incomplete. Gavin might have rushed that one a little bit. Adley Coyne is back in for the Cats, by the way, after coming out during that defensive series.
Got an official 39-yard run by Rohde on that one.
2nd and 10 Cats from the Lyman 18. 3 receivers to the right side. Coyne, Ream, and McDermott. McCumber splits out along with Farrell to the left. Empty backfield for the Cats. Low snap. Shumway gathers it up. Gavin's going to keep this one himself and get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe picked up a yard. Another low snap. Bring up 3rd and 9 for the Cats. The Lyman 17. McDermott, Coyne, and Ream split out to the right. Farrell will be in the backfield with Shumway. Looks to be a direct snap to Farrell. It is. Going to run it out to the right side. Farrell cuts inside, close to a face mask. No
Wow.
call. There comes a flag.
There we go.
Flag comes from the back judge. This might be our second flag of the game.
I believe you're correct.
Had an offside
Yep.
on the first possession of the game. It is going to be a face mask. Lyman sidelines asking for a holding call instead of a face mask. They're not going to win the argument. Personal foul face mask. That's going to give the Cats a first down.
Should be
By way of penalty, half the distance to the goal is going to put it inside the 10-yard line. Cats will have it first and goal from the Lyman 8. This is the biggest Bobcat threat of the game. They trail 14-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, looking to get on the board here. Ream, Coyne, McDermott split to the left. McCumber split right. Farrell in the backfield with Shumway. 8:30 to go in the third quarter. Snap back, Shumway keeps it himself, just up the middle he goes, and he's back to the line of scrimmage. I don't think he picked up anything positive there. And it's almost getting to the point where you're holding your breath on the snap.
Right.
Because, they're low. It's a low snap, and it throws timing off. Trips again to the left side. McCumber, the lone receiver, to the right. Second and goal, Cats from the Lyman 8. Farrell off the left shoulder, low snap, picked up and fallen on by Shumway again. And it's not on Gavin. I mean, he did what he's supposed to do, fall on it, keep the possession with you. But it's all the way back now to the 18-yard line. That's a 10-yard loss. It's going to bring up third and goal for the Cats from the 18.
It's like you said, it just throws everything off, and Gavin had no choice but to fall on that. I mean, he had his back turned to the defense and just preserved possession.
Two receivers to either side. Shumway in the backfield with Farrell. Now Coyne comes in motion right to left. Shumway rolls left, throws, loads up for Coyne in the end zone, but that's out the back of the end zone, incomplete. Gavin had got a step on the defender, but Gavin just led him a little bit too far. Brings up fourth and goal.
Hadley had about 2 or 3 guys trailing him, but he had that whole back corner of the end zone if he could have got there.
Trips to the right now for the Cats. Shumway from the gun. Brings Coyne in motion right to left.
There we go.
Lyman jumping off sides again. Gets the Cats 5 yards closer to the end zone. Still fourth and goal, but now it'll be from about 13 yards out. Same formation, trips to the right for the Cats. 6:52 to go in the third. Coyne goes in motion from right to left. Snap back. Shumway back to throw. Across the middle with it, and that's incomplete at the goal line. Trying to fit one into McCumber, and Nielsen able to get a hand on it for the Eagles, and it goes incomplete, and the Cats turn it over on downs inside the Lyman 15-yard line.
Just another kind of wasted opportunity by the Bobcats.
Lyman takes over first and 10, 6:48 to go in the third. From their own 13-yard line, Bobcats forced a 3 and out the last possession. See if they can do that again. Housekeeper keeps it himself and spins around to the 15-yard line. Rhodey Farrell in on the tackle for the Cats. Rhodey's trying to jack a few people up and get them excited. Gain of 2 for Housekeeper, bring up 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. Clock runs, 6:25 to go in the third. 14-0 Lyman on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard.
Lyman to the line.
2 receivers to the left side. Again, Housekeeper will just keep it himself. No, that's Fackrell this time. Follows those 2 outside receivers down the field for about 9 yards, and a Lyman first down on 2nd and 8. One of Fackrell's better carries in this ball game.
He's had 10 attempts, only 39 yards, so doing a good job of containing him.
Under 6 to go here in the third quarter. Lyman up 2 scores. Cat defense looking for a stop. They've already forced a couple turnovers. It'd be a great time for turnover number 3. Smith in motion for Lyman. Snap back. Housekeeper. He'll give to Fackrell, and Fackrell nowhere to go. McDermott and Farrell, along with a couple other Bobcats, there to meet Mr. Fackrell at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard on the play.
Stood him up and drove him back.
Porter McCumber in on that tackle as well. Clock runs, 5 minutes to go. Lyman not in a hurry here. But I think they're going to have to hustle to get this one off because they're just now breaking the huddle. 2 receivers to the left. Fackrell in the backfield with Housekeeper. Smith goes in motion from that wing spot. Housekeeper's going to keep it himself. Stutter steps, makes a couple men miss, and then takes it out over the 35 to the 39. That'll be a first down. Gain of 14 there for Housekeeper.
He just put his shoulder down and got those last couple of yards.
Well, and Kevin said it at the half. He's like a guard in basketball. The offense runs through him, and this Lyman offense definitely runs through him.
And he's what, junior? Gonna see him for another year?
Yeah, hoorah.
Yay.
Whistles stop things as Lyman comes to the line of scrimmage. Now they start the clock back up. 1st and 10 Lyman from their 39-yard line. Housekeeper again keeps it himself right up the middle, following behind his line. He's going to get out to midfield. Picks up 11 there to the 50-yard line. He just got behind his big lineman there, and
looked like a rugby scrum.
It did. 1st and 10 Lyman from the 50. Two receivers to the near side. Smith lines up in that wing position on the left. Snap back to Housekeeper. He'll keep it again. Makes a couple men miss as he gets inside the Bobcat 45 to about the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 7, almost 8.
Bobcats need to stiffen up here. They're getting some chunk yards here, 8, 10, 14.
Bobcat D-line looks like they're starting to get a little bit worn. Got some hands on the knees. And again, a lot of these kids play on both sides of the ball, so it's
about 10 out of 11 of them do, I think.
2nd and call it 3 for Lyman from the Cat 43. Smith will take it this time. He's going to get stood up right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be no gain for McCoy Smith. Trying to run a little misdirection with him out of that wing spot. No gain. 3rd and 3 for Lyman. Porter McCumber checking back in for the Cats on that defensive line, trying to keep some fresh bodies going in and out there. Third and 3 Lyman. 2 receivers to the left. Housekeeper, Fackrell in the backfield. Housekeeper's going to keep it himself. Tries to stretch forward. I think he's going to be about a football short of the first down. He didn't
housekeeper, the ball carrier.
As Terry Pyre runs in from the far sideline, he keeps going toward midfield as he walks in. That's fine with me. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th and 1. Lyman will go for it.
QB sneak here. Oh, no, they're not going to go under center.
And before the play, the Cats wanted timeout to talk about it first. We'll take it as well. 1:33 to go in the third. Lyman facing 4th and 1. This is Cat Football KDNO back after the timeout.
Did you know that 1 in 4 kids have a vision problem that affects their learning? Thermopolis Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Thermopolis community since 2009. They're the folks that you can trust when it comes to making sure your school-age kids have the tools they need to succeed. Thermopolis Eye Care, 420 Arapahoe Street, or call 307-864-2324. Thermopolis Eye Care.
Bobcat defense looking for a stop on 4th and 1. Lyman with the football at the Bobcat 41. Need to get it just inside the 40-yard line. Lyman leading 14-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. 1:33 to go. Fast-moving third quarter here. Bobcats with that last timeout. Teams are set to go. You would think Housekeeper's going to take this one. He's in the gun. He never goes under center. Snap back. It will be Housekeeper, and he will get the first down. A couple Cats trying to rip away at the football, but it will be a Lyman first down.
No surprise there. I would have bet all my chips on that play call, Donnie.
Yeah, it's a safe play. First down Lyman. It will be at the just inside the 39-yard line of the Bobcats. Under 90 seconds to go here in the third. Housekeeper brings the Eagles to the line. 2 receivers to the left. Fackrell off the right shoulder of Housekeeper. High snap. Fackrell with the handoff. Ball's loose. It's still loose at midfield. Scramble for it, and the Cats have it. Bobcats with the turnover.
And who's on that? 30. Is that Eli Montgomery? No.
32 is Chris Ahrens. McCumber was there as well. Zane Stam was there. Austin Barrow was there. Somebody just blew an Eagle away from the football as he was looking to fall on it, and a Bobcat came in and just blew him up and pushed him out of the way. Cats were able to fall on it at the Lyman 48-yard line, and that's where the Cats take over, and what a big turnover for that Bobcat defense.
All right, here you go. You get one. Let's put one on the board now.
61 seconds to go in the third. Cats with it, 1st and 10 at the Lyman 48. 3 receivers to the left for the Cats. McCumber by himself, split out right. Farrell off of Shumway's right shoulder. Snap back. Shumway's going to keep it himself right side. That's a busted play. Farrell went left. Shumway went right. And I think looking at the Bobcat sideline, it was Rhodey that went the wrong direction.
I believe you are correct.
It's going to be a loss of 4 and another one of those negative plays for the Cat offense. 2 receivers to either side this time for Thermopolis. Shumway from the gun. Brings Coyne in motion left to right. Snap back to Farrell. Rhodey on the direct snap will get it back across midfield. Gets 3 back. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Cats. And I think you might just let this run down and give yourself a few extra seconds to think about this 3rd down play.
I think that's what the Bobcats are doing.
Yeah, Cats aren't going to run a play here. Time runs out in the third. Through 3, it's Lyman 14, the Cats 0. This is Cat Football KDNO back after this timeout.
Dairyland and Hot City Coffee. It's your destination for your coffee fix or the perfect spot for lunch. The place you know for afternoon fun is also where you can try their full menu of burgers, specialty lattes, and blended drinks.
Don't forget to try the ice cream varieties and sweet treats too.
Open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sundays. Find them at 510 Park Street, Dairyland and Hot City Coffee, your hole-in-one choice for Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
"12 minutes to go in this one, and it's a long ways from being over. Lyman, number one team, undefeated in the state, leads the Bobcats 14-0, but the Cats with the football, 3rd and 11 at the Lyman 49. Bobcat defense forcing their 3rd turnover of this ball game, and big 3rd down here for the Cats to start the 4th quarter. They'll put 2 receivers to either side. Cats moving north to south here in this 4th quarter. Farrell and Shumway in the backfield. Rhodey moves over to the left side of Gavin this time. Movement up front, didn't go off sides. Now there's movement by the Cats, and the flags come in. The Lyman defender never entered into that neutral zone. And then the Cat defensive line a second later moved, and it'll be a 5-yard procedure call. So it'll be 3rd and 16 now for the Cats.
He came close to entering that. He was a full helmet in there.
It was close, but I don't think he crossed into the where a penalty would be thrown. So 3rd and 16 for the Cats now, back on their side of the 50. 4 receivers to the near side. Farrell splits out by himself to the left. Single coverage to the outside. Now Coyne comes in motion from right to left. Snap back. Shumway, quick one outside to Rhodey. Rhodey needs to make a man miss. Does. He's in the Lyman side of the field. Lowers his shoulder. He might have got it.
Wow.
3rd and 16, and I think he might have got 17 on the play. He did. 1st down, Cats. That's a big one.
They run Adley out there kind of as a distraction, and then they just back Rhodey off the line of scrimmage, throw him that little screen pass, and you let your shiftiest player on your offense make some people miss, and then he delivered a brutal hit at the end.
Yeah, and Rhodey shaking his head a little bit there. I think he might have received as much as he took on that one. 1st and 10, Cats. Snap back. Toss outside to Farrell. Right side. He's got trouble coming. Bunch of white shirts out there. They're going to bring him down for a 3-yard loss. Just too many white jerseys out there. Rhodey nowhere to go. Loss of 3 on the play.
2nd down, Bobcats.
2nd and 13, Cats. Ball just outside the Lyman 40-yard line, close to the 41. 11:20 to go in this one. Cats down 2 scores, giving Lyman everything they want here. Shumway from the gun. Snap back. Drops back to throw, looking downfield. Now loads up one downfield for McCumber, and it's going to be out of bounds. McCumber and the Lyman defensive player both standing out of bounds as the pass came down. Bring up 3rd and 13. Gavin bought himself a little time there as he drifted right out of the pocket and created a little space to throw, but
Not sure if he ever got set. Couldn't get quite enough under that one.
Ball just kind of drifted on him a little. Clock stopped with 11:04 to go. Ream and McDermott split to the left. Shumway rolls left. Fires one across. That's through Ream's hands, incomplete. At about the 28-yard line.
That would have been a big one.
And 4th down for the Cats.
Wouldn't have been enough for the 1st down, but he would have been about 2 yards short. And you can do a lot more with your play calling right there.
Yeah, you got a lot more things available to you, 4th and 2 than 4th and 13.
Yeah.
Clock stopped again on that incomplete pass. 10:59 to go in the ball game. Cats coming to the line of scrimmage. They'll put McCumber and Coyne out left. McDermott, Reams split out near side, short side right. Whistles and timeout called by the Cats. We'll take it as well. Cats facing 4th and 13. When we come back after this timeout, this is Cat Football KDNO.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
10:59 to go in this one. Cats with a 4th and 13 as we come out of the timeout. It's the biggest 4th down of this game so far facing the Cats here. They'll put that 4-receiver look to the near side. Farrell by himself to the left. Now Coyne comes in motion right to left. Back to throw Shumway. Back across, trying to get it to McDermott, and not exactly sure. He wasn't going to be anywhere near enough yards, plus he had a defender draped all over him. That one's going to go incomplete, and the Bobcats turned it over on downs. Kind of a weird looking. We've seen the formation a lot this game. It's a new look from the Cats with those 4 receivers, and then you put Coyne in motion. But they threw back to the short side, and even if Wyatt had been able to catch that one, he was going to be about 11 yards short of the first down. And either way, the Lyman Eagles take over 1st and 10, 10:55 to go in the game, and the Bobcat defense that's been so good in this game is going to be asked to do it again here. High snap, Housekeeper. He's going to have a short gain here on 1st down. Give him 2 on 1st down. He had to deal with a little bit of a high snap there. Really couldn't get a head of steam going until he got the ball controlled. 2nd and 8, Lyman. Bobcat defense has forced 3 turnovers in this ball game. This is as good a defensive game as we've seen this team play this year, Kevin.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much the focal point of practice this week.
And that includes the win against Kemmer. This defense looks better than they did against Kemmer. 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. 2 receivers to the right. Housekeeper. Misdirection to Fackrell. He's going to get out over the 45. He got more out of that than I thought he was going to get as he ran into one of his own blockers in the backfield, but able to push it ahead for almost 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. I think you're going to see number 10 keep this one again.
Yeah.
It's almost when they need guaranteed yards and you want to be able to take care of the football, you just leave it in Housekeeper's hands, and I think that's what you're going to see here.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they did anything different than that, but he's going to stay in the backfield. 2
receivers to the near side. Smith at the wing. Fackrell in the backfield. Housekeeper keeps it himself. Right up the middle he goes. He's going to be about a yard short. Needed 4. He got 3. He got about 2.5. He's going to be a yard and a half shy, and an interesting call here for Lyman. Do you play field position or do you take a chance up 2 scores? You could play field position and make the Bobcats go a long field, but looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. They need to get just on the Bobcats side of the 50.
I'm selling out on number 10 if I'm the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think I'd put about 10 guys in the box. Now we've got a timeout. Lyman wants to think about it a little bit more. 8:41 to go in the 4th. Lyman leading 14-0, facing 4th and almost 2. This is Camp Football. KDNO back after the timeout.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tubs.
4th and a long one for Lyman as we come back here. Snap back to Housekeeper. He's going to fall forward. I think he's got enough.
Just barely.
And he literally just fell forward when he got to the line of scrimmage, and he does pick up the yards needed for the 1st down. 1st and 10, Lyman at the Bobcat 49. Didn't mean to cut that ad short, but they cut the timeout short. 8:25 clock runs in the ball game. Lyman with a fresh set of downs. And if Lyman puts the ball in the air this drive, I'd be shocked. 2 receivers split out to the left. Fackrell and Housekeeper in the backfield. Snap back. Housekeeper will keep it himself. Gets to the line of scrimmage. Nothing else. Farrell in there on the play, along with Wyatt McDermott on the tackle. No gain for Housekeeper. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
Like I said, I would just keep selling out on Housekeeper, but the problem is it'll lull you into something and then run something off tackle or whatever.
You know, the Cats do have 8 in the box. I mean,
yep. It's man-to-man on the outside and 1 safety over top.
Yep. 2nd and 10 for Lyman. Same formation. Now they'll bring Nielsen in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Housekeeper wants to throw. He's got a man inside the Cat 35-yard line. That's a 1st down. That's a gain of about 17 to the 32. 1st down, Lyman. I said I'd be surprised, and I am. I didn't think they'd throw it.
Neither did I.
Think they'd take the chance, but good throw and a good catch there for the Eagles. Clock runs, 7:05 to go. Lyman 1st and 10 from the Cat 31. Same formation again, wideouts to the left. Little misdirection to McCoy Smith. He's inside the Cat 20 down to the 15. And whistles stop things here. This might be a block in the back. Might be coming back.
It's coming back pretty quick.
It is a block in the back on Lyman. So take away the 1st down run for McCoy Smith from the spot of the foul. The 10 yards, take the ball back to the Bobcat 38-yard line. So it'd be 1st and about 17, maybe 18. Close to 18. 6:45 to go. Clock starts back up. Now you're getting to the point where your defense does need to make a turnover because you're down 2 scores. And the clock's running. 2 receivers split out to the left. Fackrell in the backfield with Housekeeper. Snap back to Fackrell on the direct snap, and he's going to lose a yard on that play. Austin Barrow coming up and making the tackle for the Bobcats. Going to bring up 2nd and 19 now for Lyman. Now the clock's working against you if you're the Cats. It's down to 6 minutes to go in the game. And it's tough for coaches to tell guys to start trying to rip at the ball, because then you run the risk of the ball carrier breaking through an arm tackle and picking up a big gain on you, because guys start getting more worried about ripping the ball instead of making the tackle. Receivers split out to the right this time. Fackrell will set up left side of Housekeeper in the backfield. Nielsen in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Housekeeper back to throw. Puts one across the middle. And again, lucky that one didn't get picked.
Ooh.
Zane Stam and Gavin Shumway had the ball go between them. Incomplete pass helps the Cats because it stops the clock with 5:31 to go. So thank you for that.
Right.
3rd and 18 for Lyman. Close to 19. Ball spotted just inside the Bobcat 40-yard line. 2 receivers split out to the wide side, the right side for Lyman. Housekeeper from the gun, as he's been all game. Takes a snap, rolls right. Might be a run-pass option. He is going to keep it. He's not going to make it, but he does get inside the Cat 35-yard line. And now you got an interesting call. 4th and about 13. I guess it's 4-down territory.
Yeah.
You don't have a kicking game. Lyman doesn't kick extra points. They go for 2. So 4th and 13 here. Clock runs under 5 to go.
Big play.
Bobcat defense needs to hold here. Smith splits out to the left. Now he's joined by another receiver, 2 by 2. Snap back, Housekeeper rolling left. Tries to get it to Smith, and that's caught, but it's going to be well short of the yards needed. And the Cat defense holds, and Bobcats will get it back at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. He needed to get inside the 15. Or excuse me, yeah, you need to get inside the 15 for that first down. Nowhere close.
How many yards did he get there, Tommy?
He only got about 8. Yeah, he only got 8 yards there. 1st and 10 Cats need to strike quick. They're down 2 scores, 4:39 to go. 3 receivers to the near side, McDermott, Coyne, and Ream. McCumber split out to the left. Snap back. Hand off to Farrell. Rohde runs through one arm tackle. He's out over the 30, out over the 35. That'll be a Cat first down. 11-yard gain there for Farrell. Clock stops. Now they start it back up as the chains get set. Cats come quickly to the line. McCumber splits out to the near side right. 3 receivers wide side left. Clock runs 4:20 to go. Shumway calls out the play. Takes the snap, looking left, loads up. He's got a man. That's through Ream's hands again at the 45-yard line. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 4:06 to go. 2nd and 10 Cats from their 36-yard line.
Ream would have caught that. He would have had enough for the first down and probably a little more. There wasn't anybody really around him.
Same formation, 3 receivers wide side left. McCumber by himself here on the right side. McDermott comes in motion, direct snap to Farrell. Rohde going left side. Out over the 40-yard line, goes out of bounds at about the 43, I think is where 40, maybe the 42 is where they'll spot him. Going to be about 4 yards short of the first down. Brings up 3rd and 4. He did go out of bounds, so that stops the clock at 3:59. 2 receivers either side for the Cats. Shumway, Farrell in the backfield. Snap back. Gavin looking down. Has a man. Throws it behind McCumber. Eli was cutting in toward the middle of the field between the hashes, and the throw was back out toward the hash. Incomplete. 4th down, Cats. That play only took 3 seconds. 3:56 to go. Clock stopped. 4th and 4, Bobcats. Need to get to their 46. McCumber, Coyne split near side. Ream, McDermott split to the left. Snap back. Shumway rolls right. Lets one go down the sideline. McCumber's there. He's got the catch. Eli McCumber with the catch inside the Lyman 30. Down to the 26-yard line. Clock stopped to get the chains set. I don't know why they're starting the clock. The chains aren't set yet. Cats quickly to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, Cats from the Lyman 26. 2 receivers to either side. Nice job by McCumber adjusting and coming back for that ball. Shumway from the gun. Back to throw. Looking right again, and this one out of bounds. Coyne was streaking down the sideline, but the throw behind him out of bounds. Stops the clock, 3:28 to go.
Yeah, good job of McCumber on that last play, coming back to the ball and really was put anywhere where he's the only one that really could have got that. So good play by him coming back.
Again, 2 receivers to either side for the Cats. Farrell in the backfield with Shumway. Snap back. Gavin will keep it himself, running up the middle, makes a man miss, dives toward the 20-yard line. I think that's where they'll spot it at the 20. He's going to be about 4 yards shy. Clock runs. 3rd and 4 for the Cats from the Lyman 20. McCumber, Coyne split right. McDermott, Ream to the left. Snap back to Shumway. Looking left, now looks back to the right. Gets out of the pocket, throws one. That's caught by McDermott. Wyatt gets out of bounds at the 11-yard line. That's a Bobcat 1st down. Nice job there. Heady play by Wyatt to get out of bounds. Clock would have stopped to set the chains, but now it won't start until the snap of the ball since he got out of bounds. 1st and 10, Cats from the Lyman 11. 2:55 to go. McCumber split out near side right. 3 receivers to the left. Farrell just to the left of Shumway in the backfield. Snap back, low snap. Gavin gets it. Gavin's going to keep it himself and dives to the 10-yard line. Got tripped up. I think he got his feet tangled with one of his own men. 2nd and 9 for the Cats. 1-yard gain for Shumway. Clock runs, 2:40 to go. Same formation, trips to the left. McCumber will be split out to the right. Play comes in from the sideline. Shumway barks out signals. Snap back, it's low. Shumway picks it up. Gavin rolls out to the right. Throws one, trying to get it to Farrell at the 5, and that goes incomplete out of bounds.
Low snap again.
Yeah, Gavin that time Gavin knew the situation. He couldn't just fall on it. He picked it up and scrambled right and tried to make something happen. 2:15 to go with the clock stopped. Cats facing 3rd and 9 from the Lyman 10. Trips to the right this time. McCumber, the lone receiver, to the left. Now the Cats move Farrell to the left side of Shumway. Snap back to Gavin. Drops back to throw. Sets up screen. That's caught by Farrell. Rhodey makes a man miss at the 9. Gets to the 5. Pyle pushing forward. Down close to a 1st down. This is going to be really close. Inside the 2. They're going to have to stop and measure, I would think. Clock stopped with 2:02 to go. They're going to say he's half a yard short. 4th and half a yard for the Cats from inside the Lyman 2. Clock starts up. It's at 1:45. Snap back to Shumway. Gavin takes it in for the touchdown. Touchdown Bobcats. Gavin Shumway from 2 yards out officially. For the Bobcat touchdown, 1:43 to go in the ball game.
Just set Gavin up under center, and Gavin initially got stopped, made that good step to the left, and he just squirted out to the left and scored a touchdown.
First time he's gone under center the whole game. I think it caught Lyman a little off guard. Owen McCumber on for the extra point. Snap down, kick on the way. It's deflected, and it's no good, but a flag comes in.
Running into the kicker?
We've got a roughing the kicker call coming up here. The ball was tipped. Does that affect whether there's a roughing the penalty?
You still can't run into the kicker.
Okay.
It's like if a punt is deflected, you still can't get the plant leg of the punter.
Officials are discussing things.
I might be wrong here, but... Yep, they're going to wave it off because it was deflected. I was under the impression you still can't run into the kicker.
So no penalty on the play. The extra point goes no good. 1:43 to go. I think we're going to keep everything here.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have an onside kick coming from the Bobcats. Lyman leads 14-6. It took the Cats almost an entire 4 quarters to finally crack through that end zone, but they do and get it to a 1-score game, and Lyman has got all they've wanted today out of the Bobcats.
Yeah, this is probably not what Lyman expected getting off the bus. I think they figured they're going to walk in here against a struggling Bobcat team, put a hurting on them, and then get back on the bus and drive back to Bridger Valley.
I think there's a lot of people around the state that looked at this one today and saw what had happened to the Cats against Lovell and Cokeville and thought exactly what you just said, that it might be close for a little bit, and then Lyman's just going to pull away as the game goes on, but that hasn't been the case at all.
So I've seen them work on this onside in practice, and they're going to, most likely they're going to put a wall up here, kick it towards, probably going to go right towards number 10.
Well,
why can't I think of it? We've said all day long.
Housekeeper's up there on the hands team. 9 Lyman players within 10 yards of the midfield stripe.
It's almost one of those where you run it up there and you try to get your kicker to cover his own kick. I've seen this in practice a couple times.
McCumber will handle the kicking duties for the Cats. 1:43 to go. McCumber approaches the ball, does squib it. It's at midfield. It was touched by a Lyman player. It was touched by a Lyman player, and then there's a scramble for it. We'll see who's at the bottom of the pile. Cats aren't acting like they've got it. It is Housekeeper it's Fackrell that comes down with the football, but the Cats did have a chance there as it bounced off of a Lyman player right at the 50.
Fackrell comes out of the pile and shows the football to the Thermopolis sidelines.
So Lyman will have it 1st and 10 from the Cat 49, and now you are doing a bit of a strip drill here. If you're the Bobcat defense, you got to sell out. Try to make a turnover. Yeah. 2 receivers split out for the Eagles for what it's worth. Housekeeper in the backfield will take the snap. He'll keep it himself. He's got a 1st down as he gets down to the Cat 30, and there's where the Cats are kind of selling out. Crowd in the line of scrimmage, which you got to do. Bobcats end up using their final timeout with 1:32 to go, or at least we think it's their last timeout. 92 seconds to go. Cats down 14-6 to the number 1 team in the state. Housekeeper with the 1st down run. Picked up 17 there on that carry. I said he'd carry it 20, 25 times tonight. He's probably carried it more than that.
26. So just about, you're pretty much spot on.
You know, it's not often you see your quarterback is your horse in the backfield, but that's Housekeeper. I mean, even calling him a quarterback's kind of a...
He's a running back that throws the football.
Yeah, he's just he's a running back in the backfield.
And they're going to kneel on it here.
They are. Cats are out of timeouts. 92 seconds to go. Snap back. Housekeeper takes a knee. Bring up second down, and now they'll use the entire play clock here to run this down. As good an effort as we've seen out of this Bobcat team this year, Kevin. This is only their 4th game of the year, but it's as good a game defensively as we've seen them play through the first 4 this year.
There's no such thing as, I guess, a good loss, but like you said, the Bobcat, oh boy.
Here comes a flag, yeah. Cats, Lyman just trying to kneel on the ball, and the Cats...
someone just blew somebody up.
Blew through in the center of the line. It's going to be a personal foul and cost the Cats 15.
Whoops.
Kind of hate to see that here at the end of the game. It's been such a well-played football game. Clock stops at 52 seconds, but it will start back up here as soon as they get everything set, which they do. Lyman will again let this run down now. Cats are going to fall here to the number 1 team in the state and be 1-4 overall, 1-3 in conference play as Housekeeper takes a knee. He won't have to snap it again in this one as the clock's under 30 to go. Lyman's going to stay undefeated, Kevin. They're going to move to 6-0, but this has been their most difficult and closely contested game of the 6 that they've played so far this year.
Yeah, like I said, they came here probably expecting to put a hurting on us, and this probably opened up their eyes a little bit and maybe refocuses them a little bit and realizes that there's some actual competition out there, and the Bobcats really stepping up to the challenge. And like I said, before the game, you can't come out here expecting to win. The Bobcats, really showed that and showed a lot of grit out here tonight and just didn't back down to the challenge.
Clock hit 0 here at Leroy Hayes Field. The Bobcats drop this one 14-6 to number 1 Lyman. We've got the Clicker Ticket postgame show coming up. This is Cat Football back after this timeout.
Where you know you can find all of this and more.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stone-Fire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside or under the pergola. P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza. 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Welcome to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. Bobcats falling this afternoon to Lyman 14-6. Lyman coming in ranked number 1 in the state, undefeated. a winning streak that goes back into last year when they won the 2A state title, and the Bobcats gave them everything they wanted and then some here this afternoon. Bobcat defense held Lyman scoreless in that second half. It was 14-0 at the half. Kevin and I talked a couple of times toward the end of the first half and at halftime that Lyman was going to get the ball to start the third quarter, already up 2 scores. The Bobcat defense responded in a big way there in that third quarter. They held Lyman 3 and out on their first possession. They ended up getting another turnover in that second half against Lyman's offense. Bobcat offense finally able to get something going there late. Kevin got that short touchdown run from Gavin Shumway. Just ended up running out of time in this one when they didn't get the onside, which they came really close. Things that got really interesting if the Cats had got that onside kick at midfield. Just ended up running out of time there. Lyman was able to run out the clock after picking up a first down, but 4 games that the Cats have played so far this season, a win is a win, and you hate to say that game against Kemmer, it was a win. But this is probably all around, to me, this was a better played game by the Bobcats than the win against Kemmer, just considering the quality of the opponent that they played and what that final score ended up being.
Yeah, even against Kemmer, the defense gave up some big plays and things like that. And tonight, those are really kind of few and far between. And Housekeeper just kind of did what he does, and he, wears you down, and he's very involved in that offense. And the Bobcats, contained him for the most part. He had a lot of yards tonight, but they weren't these big damaging plays that he's probably accustomed to, and that we've seen the Bobcat defense in the last couple of weeks kind of give up. So, the Bobcat defense shores up, becomes a little more disciplined than they have been the last couple of weeks. Thermopolis offense could have been a little more polished tonight. We've seen more polished, but again, we have a freshman center who's out there two games in, or 2 practices in, gets thrown into a varsity starting role as a center. And to his credit, every time he came off the field, he's over here, working on the sidelines, trying to work on a snap and things like that. But yeah, a very complete game by the Bobcats, considering the circumstances, hosting number 1 at home, being on that 2-game losing streak, a lot of things mentally that could have broke a team. And like I said, I hate talking about good losses, but a 6-14 game, like McPhee and I talked about, he was looking for a game where it was low scoring. We want those defenses grinding it out, and they gave Lyman everything they wanted tonight, I think.
And I think if I remember right, when you were going in the pregame and you were talking about numbers and everything else, Lyman comes in as, if not the highest scoring team in 2A football in terms of points, one of the top ones, if they're not the top one. Bobcat defense holds them to 14 points here today, and made them really have to earn everything that they got out there on the field. And I think you've got 2 football coaches right now, Kevin, that are saying this was a really good game for us. One is sitting there on the loss side saying, you know what, we played a really good football team, closer than anybody has this year, and probably closer than anybody has the last 2 seasons. I like the way things are starting to look for us. I like the direction that we're starting to go. You've got another coach over there that's on the winning side saying, this is probably the best thing that could have happened for us was getting tested today, because now my team, maybe there's a little bit of a refocus happening, which you feel bad for what Lyman's opponents that they've got coming up in the next couple weeks because of that. But rarely do you have 2 coaches out there that are probably deep down feeling like, you know what, I'm feeling pretty good about my football team and what today's outcome means for us going forward.
Yeah, like you said, I went back and had to make sure what I said was correct. Yeah, Lyman putting up 38.5 points a game and come out here and put up 14. So definitely something for the Bobcats to be proud of. And I'm sure McPhee's over there talking about him, keep your heads up, and that was a great effort, especially like I keep alluding to what we've seen the last couple weeks on defensive effort. McPhee and I have talked about it in depth on side conversations and things like that. But yeah, holding the team to 38, their coach is probably over there going, all right, guys, see, it's not always as easy as we think it's going to be, so you can't really ever take a day off, a down off, any of that stuff. So he's over there refocusing his team, and McPhee's over here saying, look what we're capable of when we don't make these mistakes.
Take a quick break, come back, and get your final game numbers from this one. Also, we'll have a chance to talk with head coach Matt McPhee. It's the Click It or Ticket postgame show. KDNO back after the timeout.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tess.
And welcome to Right Rehab.
Right Rehabilitation in Thermopolis will help you stay active, mobile, and healthy. No referrals are necessary. Right Rehab has specialists you won't find anywhere else. They're the only team to offer pelvic rehabilitation and have the only board-certified orthopedic specialist in the region. Their services range from injury prevention and management, post-operative care, women's health, dry needling, and more. They offer a Titleist certified golf program with help from a trainer and golf pro to make your golf game better than ever. Make the right choice with your friends and neighbors at Right Rehabilitation. Visit www.rightrehab.com or call 307-864-3877.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit leads, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Did you know that 1 in 4 kids have a vision problem that affects their learning? Thermopolis Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Thermopolis community since 2009. They're the folks that you can trust when it comes to making sure your school-age kids have the tools they need to succeed. Thermopolis Eye Care, 420 Arapahoe Street, or call 307-864-2324. Thermopolis Eye Care.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. Bobcats falling this evening to number 1 Lyman 14-6, joined by Bobcat head coach Matt McPhee. Gets handed all the stats as he walks through, so he's giving everything a quick look as he comes in. Before we get your thoughts on the game in general, I'm just going to throw this out to you. Kevin and I just talked about it in the last segment. As we were talking up here, I'm watching the two teams huddle up and talk, and their coaches are talking to them. And I mentioned to Kevin that it's rare in any level of a football game where at the end of the game, there's two coaches that are feeling pretty good about what just happened out there. You're looking at your team saying, you know what, we just gave number 1 everything they wanted. Probably played our best. Well, we played our best defensive game of the year. And look, I would think you're thinking, I'm feeling better about the direction our team is headed with 3 more games on our schedule. Coach Anderson's sitting over there saying, you know what, this was a great game for us because we got tested, and maybe my guys got a little bit of a wake-up call, and so I'm glad to see what happened out there as well. Rarely do you have two coaches that are probably looking back at the game saying, you know what, I like what just happened out here because I think it's going to help us going forward.
I agree. Well said, Donnie. We had more juice tonight, for lack of a better term. I mean, I just think we played with more energy, and there was times that over the last 2 weeks that we've faced some adversity, and I don't think we've had that energy and been able to maintain and to come back. So we've got, the positive thing is it's no fun. I mean, obviously no one's satisfied with coming close to a number 1 team, and that certainly was the message to them is, hey, we put together some fight. We battled a good football team,
But I think what we're most proud of at this point as a staff right now is we've got some young guys playing some roles for us, and they're getting better, and they should be. And but the bottom line is this: the playoffs start next week for us, and it's a good. Like I told the kids just a moment ago, I said, hey, yeah, you've proved you can play with anybody. Now you've got to go win, and that's where we're at going forward.
Do you look at this? Is this another game where you look at things and say, it wasn't so much what they did to us. We kind of beat ourselves again here. I mean, it ends up being a one-possession game at the end, and doggone it, guys, there's half a dozen things earlier in that game that make this thing a different outcome if we do things a little bit different.
Yeah.
Execution-wise, I'm talking execution.
No, absolutely. And the elephant in the room right now is us snapping the football. And, I don't know what it looks like from up here. I know what it feels like from the sideline. Every time we get something going, the ball ended up on the carpet. And, we're a good football team. We are. Where we struggle is, second and longs, third and longs. We're not, we've got some really good football players, but no team's good in second and long and third and long and whatnot, especially against a really good football team. So we've got to improve on that. I've got to coach the quarterbacks better. I think the decision making and just some of the fundamentals and techniques that he had tonight, I thought he played better later in the game. Started settling down a little bit. I need him to settle down sooner, and that's on me. I coach the quarterbacks, and I'll wear that. And he and I are going to spend a lot of time together this week, and we've got to get better.
Just a side comment on that one. The snaps looked like they probably fell on the field down there too. We talked about that on and off.
It looked the same here as it did down there.
Yeah, it's the same, no matter what vantage point you had. But let's move on to that. You and I have talked candidly a bunch about the defensive woes you guys have had, and tonight was a completely kind of different feel to that. I felt like you guys made some good plays defensively. You held a team that scores 38 points a game to 14, and you guys looked a lot more disciplined out there defensively. You had some defensive backs that were flying around making some plays.
And pitched a shutout in the second half.
Exactly, yeah. To the number one team, you guys pitched a shutout second half. So speak to the defensive change that you saw over the last week, from last week to today.
Attitude, emotion. They didn't do it Friday. They didn't just turn it on tonight. It showed up Wednesday at practice, and it carried over to Thursday, and it carried over tonight. And football is it's a game, and these kids get they get tested and they get challenged and they get told what to do, and we coach them. But at the end of the day, they get to run around and have fun. And I think tonight's the first night we really saw them running around. They had fire, they had juice, they had passion, and I think that. It turned into just a better performance and defensively across the board.
Before we let you go, one last thing. Kevin and I talked during halftime, I think it was. Tonight wasn't the end all, for sure. Unless my math is wrong and I'm just oversimplifying things, the way I look at it, if you win out, you're in. Is that how you're seeing it as well? And then to carry that a step further, it all starts next week against a very winnable game, but in a place that the Bobcats haven't seen a lot of success over the years.
I think your math is right, and we just told the boys, and I know one of our other coaches chimed in on that and said, and nothing's going to be handed to us. They've got to go down there and earn it. And Mountain View's not a bad football team at all. They're well coached. They're disciplined. But I think from a talent standpoint, and I hope Coach Walk isn't listening. It's not a knock on the program or whatnot, but they've lost a couple games this year. I mean, they just haven't lost much. So a beatable football team, as are we, as we go down there. So, like I said, I think as far as the math is concerned, playoffs start next week. Maybe there's some outside chance that you could go 2-1 in your last three. I don't know. There's probably some strange math things out there, but our kids will be focused. And like I said, we're gonna take the kids that want to be on that bus down there next Friday. We've got a long trip down to whatever county that is, and it's probably one of the most beautiful places in America, and it hasn't been very kind and generous to us. But I think it's time that we turn that thing around.
Coach, appreciate you taking a few minutes. Great effort by the kids today. Look forward to talking with you next Friday on Mountain View.
Sounds good. Thanks, Donnie. Thanks.
Bobcat head coach Matt McPhee will take a quick timeout, come back, get your final game numbers. It's the Click It or Ticket post-game show. KDNO back after the timeout.
Dairyland And Hot City Coffee. It's your destination for your coffee fix or the perfect spot for lunch. The place you know for afternoon fun is also where you can try their full menu of burgers, specialty lattes, and blended drinks.
Don't forget to try the ice cream varieties and sweet treats too.
Open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sundays. Find them at 510 Park Street, Dairyland and Hot City Coffee, your hole-in-one choice for Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. Bobcats fall this afternoon at home to number 1 Lyman, 14-6. With the final game stats, here's Kevin.
We're going to start with the Lyman Eagles. The name you heard all day was Ashton Housekeeper. He had 28 carries, 145 yards, 1 touchdown, and a fumble. Not so successful for him tonight through the air. 4 for 10, 71 yards, but threw 2 picks to the Bobcats tonight. So those are Housekeeper's numbers. Fackrell, 13 carries for 41 yards. Other notable stats for the Eagles: 3 catches for McSmith for 54, and Bradshaw, Bradshaw, there are a couple of them on the roster, 1 catch for 17, and Nielsen, 2 rushes for 16 yards. Offensive totals for the Lyman Eagles: 209 on the ground, 71 through the air for 280 total yards of offense. Let's move up to your hometown Thermopolis Bobcats. Gavin Shumway under duress, under center tonight with some bad snaps, 12 attempts, negative 24 yards, a touchdown, and a fumble. So he had a rushing touchdown tonight. He did throw the ball 23 times, completed 9 of them for 113 yards and a pick. Rody Farrell getting back on track a little bit tonight. 18 carries, 115 yards, added 3 catches for 32. Eli McCumber, 2 catches for 41 yards, 1 of them on a big play down the side. And then Adley Coyne chipping in with 3 catches for 31, and Wyatt McDermott tonight for 1 catch for 9 yards. Offensive totals for the Bobcats: 91 yards on the ground, 113 passing for 204, so 204 total yards to 280 total yards. And those are your Thermopolis Eye Care look at the stats.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll take a quick break, come back, and have our P6 station player of the game and close things out here from Leroy Hayes Field. It's Click It or Ticket postgame show. Back after this timeout.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. Bobcats falling to Lyman 14-6 here this afternoon, and Kevin has our P6 station player of the game.
All right, we're going defensive tonight, Donnie. We're going to go with a freshman DB, and we're going to go with Zane Stam, number 4 out there tonight. He had a pick tonight. He almost had a second one. He was involved in a lot of pass breakups tonight. Zane kind of flew all over out there in the defensive backfield. So Zane Stam is your P6 station player of the game.
Congratulations to him. And if the Schaefers would have allowed us, my vote would have been to give it to the entire defensive unit tonight and give it to all 11 of them kids. But I think Ryan and Lacey might have had a little something to say about 11 players of the game from one home football game. But I thought defensively the Cats and Coach McPhee talked about it. As good a defensive game as they've played this year, hands down. It's not even a question or a debate. You held the team 24 points under their season average. You forced 3 turnovers. Bobcats came out on the plus side of the turnover margin, I think, in this ball game.
I believe you're correct.
And again, it was a game that came down to the final minute and a half of the football game, and the Cats were an onside kick away from having the ball, looking to go in to tie things up at the end. So a really good job by the Bobcats today, and can't say enough about what the kids did on the defensive side of the ball. And that's not 11 different players from what plays on the offensive side of the ball. You said it in the game, it's like 10 of those 11 play on the offensive side as well. So you got kids that are out there for 60, 70 plays in the ball game on both sides of the ball, and they played their hearts out for the entire 48 minutes today.
Yeah, a gutsy effort by the Bobcats tonight, and just a really good all-around performance. I mean, it's hard to say, great all-around performance with the loss, but nothing for them to really hang their heads about tonight. I'd be going home pretty happy with my effort. So Bobcat team looking up, and next week we'll see if they can put a check mark in the win column. As best we can figure, the Bobcats kind of control their own destiny here going out. If they can win out these last 3 games in a 7-day period, and it's sounds like a little bit of a broken record, but 3 games in 7 days is crazy. But if they can win out those 3 games, I think it puts them into the playoffs. And it all starts next Friday as we travel down to the Bridger Valley. The Bobcats taking on the Mountain View Buffaloes. 3 o'clock kickoff next Friday from Mountain View High School. Kevin and I will be on the air at about 2:30 with the Gotchi Rehab pregame show from Mountain View. And if the Cats can pick that one up, it's a quick turnaround. We'll be back at it again and going on the other side of the mountain to take on Big Piney, but the Cats can take a little momentum into that Big Piney game on a Tuesday if they can pick up the win next Friday in Mountain View. Kevin, final thoughts before we sign off here this afternoon? No. Go Bobcats. That's about all I can say.
Good effort here today from the Cats. I want to thank everybody back in Riverton at Master Control for taking care of everything on these broadcasts. Kirk, Rusty, and the gang, appreciate all your efforts and everything that you do for Bobcat Athletics. Once again, final score from Leroy Hayes Field. It was number 1 Mountain View 14, Thermopolis 6. You've been listening to Bobcat Football 1017 KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. We'll talk with you next Friday afternoon.